The following is an exclusive presentation of Jefferson Pilot Sports, a division of Jefferson Pilot Financial.
Whitehurst takes a snap, looks to throw, lobs it, end zone, left side, Youngblood,
The hometown fans in Clemson remember this thrilling win the last time they were in Memorial Stadium. That was homecoming for the Tigers, but today it's a homecoming for Florence, South Carolina native Darian Durant. The junior leads his Tar Heels into Death Valley as a double threat. Not only can he get it done through the air, he also leads his team in rushing. But don't expect Clemson to throw any homecoming parties for Durant and his Heels. Tiger linebacker John Leake and the Tiger defense have a different kind of reception plan for their guests. And it isn't what I call friendly. It'll be a hard-hitting affair next from Death Valley.
touchdown, Florida State.
Touchdown, North Carolina.
10-5, give it to him.
This year's version of the Hard Luck Boys, North Carolina, after their heartbreaking defeat in the last play of the game against Arizona State, hope a different fate awaits them this afternoon, and maybe it will. It should be quite a battle as Citgo presents our ACC Game of the Week from Jefferson Pilot Sports. The North Carolina Tar Heels taking on the Clemson Tigers. Good afternoon, everybody. Steve Martin here along with Doc Walker. We're into the final month of the ACC season. Florida State sets the pace, but there is a pitched battle going on behind them for who's going to finish second.
Well, everybody's still trying to bark up so they can get a bite of the big dog. But in order to do it, you got to handle your business. NC State, Clemson, Wake Forest, it's theirs to go after.
They all have a shot at Florida State before this season ends. The rest have had theirs and failed. Today should be an aerial show. We've got some great pass and catch combinations, especially with Clemson's Charlie Whitehurst and Kevin Youngblood.
Well, super sophomore. The thing so impressive about Whitehurst, 9 of his 12 starts at Clemson, he's gone over 200 yards. I mean, this young man has great accuracy. Of course, he's blessed with a bevy of receivers, Youngblood, just to say one of the group of these guys who have a nose for the end zone.
And, of course, Charlie Whitehurst had a great day against the Tar Heels last year, one of his 3 4-touchdown days. Now for North Carolina, Darian Durant is from South Carolina. He's put together some good numbers against everybody, both in the ground and in the air.
Double threat. Gets up top. Here it goes to Pollock, a young man who's really emerged, second leading receiver in the ACC. But the thing I like about Durant, 3.9 on the ground, he gets you going in the air, and he's got terrific accuracy.
He doesn't make mistakes, and look what he's done. The last 130 passes, they've either been incomplete or to people in his own uniform, and that's an important point. Back with more right after this.
The Citgo ACC Game of the Week is being brought to you by your neighborhood Citgo, by BB&T, by Cooper Tires, by Aaron Sales and Leasing, by Prestone, by Yamaha, and by Napa Auto Care Center.
One of the great traditions of college football, they gather up at the top of the hill at Clemson to run past Howard's Rock. The Clemson Tigers ready to take the field. Let's send it down to the third member of our broadcast crew with a word on a vastly improving North Carolina defense and one true freshman in particular. Go away, Mike Hogwood.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. And I'll tell you what, there was nowhere to go but up for this North Carolina defense. They struggled this year. John Bunning forced to play younger players, and among those, Larry Edwards. That cheer you hear, the team is running down the hill. But Larry Edwards, 15 tackles against Arizona State. He's been a starter for just 3 games, but in each of those 3 games, he has had double-digit tackles. John Bunning says what he loves about this guy is the fact that he plays with such passion and enthusiasm. He has a love for the game of football, and that sometimes makes up for freshman mistakes. But it's not going to be easy for the freshmen here today as the Tar Heels come to Death Valley looking for an ACC win. It's the Tar Heels and the Tigers, an ACC matchup that always proves to be interesting. We'll have the kickoff coming your way next.
Welcome back to Death Valley Memorial Stadium. John Bunning and the North Carolina Tar Heels getting ready to kick the ball off. They won the coin toss and elected to defer their option to the second half. And, of course, Tommy Bowden, the head man for the Clemson Tigers. Bowden has his team in here at 4-3. A heartbreaking loss 10 days ago against NC State. He wants them to put it behind them and move on and get involved in this race in the ACC. It'll Of course, this is a beautiful day as Topher Roberts gets set to kick off. Tailor-made for football. These schools used to duel and swap back and forth the ACC title between 1977 and 83, and we're ready to go as Topher Roberts nails it into the end zone. Justin Miller backing up 8 yards deep, and the Clemson Tigers will take it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, and out comes Charlie Whitehurst. Whitehurst, of course, the sophomore from Duluth, Georgia, actually, has hit 22 passes in the last 6 games. And there you see his accuracy at 62%. He's got great size, 6'4", 220, just a sophomore, and he brings the Tigers to the line at his own 20-yard line. Wayne Coleman and Cliff Harrell are on back of him. Harrell in the I formation is the fullback, and Wayne Coleman is the tailback. We will not see Yusuf Kelly today. Aries Curry is out there at the wideout spot after missing 2 weeks. 1st and 10, Whitehurst hands to Coleman, going off the right side, and a shoestring tackle from Michael Harris brings him down. Let's take a look at our Chevy starting lineups for the Tigers. Kevin Youngblood, 10 straight games with 3 or more receptions. Coleman, Harrell, Hamilton to the game breaker, and Ben Hall in the starting role at tight end. Gregory Walker, 22 consecutive starts. William Henry, Dustin Fry takes over at center from Tommy Sharp this week. Chip Myrick and Cedric Johnson. Gain on the play is going to be 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Curry and Youngblood are split wide to the top, and that's Hamilton in the slot. Whitehurst, handoff Coleman, and Coleman hit as he went right at the middle by Alvin Blizzard. And Blizzard is a surprise start in the defensive line, led by Chase Page. 4 tackles for loss, tied for 2nd on the team. Hedgecock and true freshman Isaiah Thomas in there as well. Linebackers led by true freshman Larry Edwards. He's led them in tackles the last 3. Dexter Reed, the storied veteran, with 22 tackles in the secondary. 3rd down now coming up in 5. Ronnie Elliott is split wide to the top side. In the slot is going to be Hamilton. Quick pass to the flat for 1st down to Youngblood. And Youngblood is out at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards. It's good enough for 1st down. Reed and Green on the tackle.
Thinking about Youngblood, 6'5", 215 pounds, gives you a great target. Ball right on the money. And, of course, anytime you pick up 1, 2, 3 yards after the catch, I mean, you just improved your team standings. They warm up with this drill every game. Every pregame warm up and do it to perfection.
Tigers want to try to see what they can get on the ground today. 2 of their first 3 plays have been to the ground. The last 2 have been passes. Whitehurst getting out of the pocket. Now regathers himself again. Still out there, and he'll throw a duck out into the middle of the formation. It is caught by Coleman. A flag on the play. Coleman headed into the end zone. He's going to score, but maybe it's going to be called back. Let's see.
I think so.
He ran out of bounds, plus there was a flag at the 42-yard line.
There were an assortment of things that happened on that play.
Various sins committed.
and it all starts off pretty basic play in design. I thought he had the Kevin Grant. I thought he had Grant open. Decided not to go after him. Then he skates out of the pocket, and then here we go.
Here's Joe Ryder, our referee. An ineligible, and it's an ineligible receiver is going to be the call here, and that would probably figure into the long time he spent in the backfield.
Illegal touching on the receiver. Voluntarily stepped out of bounds. Came back in and touched the ball. Penalty is loss of down.
Wow.
And we see.
Yep.
Yeah, right then came out, then comes right back in. My goodness. And then Grant was open early on. He decided not to go to him.
And you notice that Joseph Ryder said it was voluntary step out.
That was the error.
He was not put.
Cedric Johnson, left guard, heads up play, not to clip on that.
Well, that makes it an incompleted pass and brings up 2nd down. Jasmine and Browning are the setbacks. Hamilton and Curry to the top side. Elliott to the bottom. Here comes the handoff, and it's to Kyle Browning, and Browning picks up the 1st down. With 12 yards out to the 46-yard line, Dexter Reed makes the tackle. A year ago, Dexter Reed had 22 tackles against Clemson.
A very physical safety. I mean, I love watching Dexter play. Charlie Whitehurst this time giving him a lot of credit, making adjustments at the line of scrimmage, got himself team out of a bad play into a good play, and of course the effort, the finish, as I like to say, was excellent by Browning.
Browning goes 12 yards for the first down at the 47. Elliott and Hamilton to the top. Bayham joins them, and 3 wides to the top side. Now come to the inside man is deflected, and Bayham just could not get under it. Elliott had it first, went through his hands. Bayham could not get under the loose ball.
Well, he threw some gas on that play.
Wow, I'd say
that was high heat. And really, it was like 3 receivers on one side. You had a slant followed by a skinny post and an out. And the skinny post may have been the better choice because that could have been a collision. A knuckle sandwich there right in the middle.
Was that Bayham running the skinny post?
Yeah, it looked so. Like
he looked pretty kind of wide open.
Larry Edwards could have really delivered a critical blow on that play.
7th play of this drive that started at the 20. It's now at the 47. Pass complete to Youngblood, and he is upended immediately by Lionel Green. And Lionel Green, the junior from Morton, Texas, has really come on. Defensive coordinator Dave Huxtable was very, very a big praise for this young man.
Well, the key, you have to minimize what Clemson does after the catch, yards after the catch. I mean, they eat you alive in that. And so you come up and what Green did, get them down and make them reload and crank it up again.
3rd down, Doc, and 8 for the Clemson Tigers, who are looking for the first score of the game. Whitehurst. Play fake. Looks like a screen. It is a screen to Coleman, and Coleman immediately brought down. And what a play by Dexter Reed to throw that play for a loss of 4 yards back to the 45 and force a punting situation.
Terrific player. Smart, physical, has that tenacity you like out of your safeties. You call him the free safety. I mean, I call him the ultimate safety. And that's what seniors do. Come in and bail your team out.
Cole Chasen is on to kick. There you see his average, 6th in the ACC. There are 2 backs waiting, Mike Mason, and the other is Michael Waddell. Chasen gets a lot of air underneath this one. And Waddell, no fair catch, he's going to go. Waddell hits the corner. The kicker has to make a play and does at the 42-yard line. Cole Chasen stopped the return of Michael Waddell. I thought he was dead cold when he caught it.
I guess there should be some reward for courage. That, folks, was the ultimate show of courage.
So the Tar Heels will have the ball back in excellent position with no score. Today's game is brought to you in part by Hummer. ACC football from Jefferson Pilot Sports today. Clemson and North Carolina in our Citgo ACC game of the week. No score. North Carolina coming out after a 43-yard punt, but a 32-yard return by Michael Waddell. It sets the Tar Heels up 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Darian Durant at the controls. Jock Lewis behind him. Ronnie McGill in motion. The pitch comes to McGill. And McGill is brought out to about the 44-yard line. Let's take a look at the Tar Heels starting lineup on offense. We talked about Darian Durant, who is their quarterback with 43 career touchdown passes. The rest of the offensive lineup, the backs and the receivers.
Now we talk about its ratio. I just love that ratio. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
2nd down and 8. Durant, 2 steps back to the wing. Oh, incomplete. Incomplete, no lateral.
Yeah, good call.
Very close.
Trouble.
Let's take a look at the backs and the receivers. Ronnie McGill, 3 touchdowns in the last 2, including 2 a week ago. Jacques Lewis, Darius Bowman, Brandon Russell, and Bobby Blizzard.
Bobby.
And we'll see Jaworski Pollock as well. Jeb Terry up front anchoring a veteran offensive line. Justin Miller of the Clemson defense as he looks on. 3rd down coming here and 8 for the Tar Heels.
The Tigers love this on defense. This gives him a chance to pin those ears back.
Watch Donnell Washington, number 96, and Leroy Hill. See what they do. Durant back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires incomplete and deflected by Leroy Hill, who leads a good defensive unit for the Clemson Tigers. It'll be a punt coming up for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Both clubs come in and flex the muscles on defense. Actually, Clemson really didn't even blitz on that. Ran a little zone. Matt Middlebacker came up, picked up the back, And they're going to just make Durant beat them. They're going to make him go long distance.
David Wooldridge is the kicker. And Wooldridge will be kicking deep to receive is Derek Hamilton. Here comes the kick, and he gets a good one off. His career long is 61. His average is 50. And Youngblood, I thought he called for a fair catch, but they're going to down him back at the 7-yard line. You know, Charlie Whitehurst comes out at the controls. He could have been playing for either team. He was recruited by both North Carolina and Clemson. We talked about it with him yesterday.
If Mike O'Kane, wouldn't have come here and be the quarterback coach here, I would have gone there. He was the guy that got me the official offer, to come to Clemson. And when I took both visits, and I just like Clemson better.
Let's go down to the sidelines and Mike Hodwood and our All-Tel connection.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve, Mike O'Kane's had a big impact on the quarterbacks in this game. He recruited Darian Durant. He recruited Charlie Whitehurst. He left North Carolina, came here. That's why Whitehurst is here. And another player in this league you might know, Phillip Rivers, he also recruited him to NC State.
Mike O'Kane knows quarterbacks, and this quarterback has just completed a pass to the sometimes injured Aries Curry, who's caught 28 passes before the injury this year. It is complete out to the 20-yard line, a gain of 13. The tackle by Chris Hawkins.
Mike O'Kane is not only a terrific coach, he's got great community skills. He's a guy he's a great communicator in terms of understanding X's and O's and being able to put pressure on you and put his arm around you. I think he's a fabulous coach, and you can see the byproduct in their success here.
And the JP you see on his sleeve is for the late, longtime announcer for Clemson Athletics, Jim Phillips, who passed away just a couple of weeks ago. Chad Jasmine on the wing, and he rushes out to near the 30-yard line. Devlin Bullard, the junior from Red Springs, North Carolina, in on the tackle. But Chad Jasmine getting the running back call today.
Boy, I'd love to be the back behind this big guy here. See 65 here? How can you miss him? 300 and a quarter, and he stays on his feet. When big people stay high, the little people running behind them can see daylight. Cedric Johnson, monster.
10 yards of daylight that time got him out over the 30-yard line for the first down. Whitehurst with Wayne Coleman behind him. Youngblood, Mayhem, and Elliott are split wide to one side. Hamilton to the other. This is a pass to Hamilton. Hamilton, first down and more. Foot races on between he and Dexter Reed. Headed down the sidelines. Was he knocked out of bounds? Touchdown! The Clemson Tigers. Hamilton goes the distance and takes it to the house.
Playmaker. Plain and simple. Didn't quite get going on that punt return, but showed you there, you don't have to throw it 65 yards in the air when you have guys like Hamilton. Just give him the ball. See the execution, ball on the mark, and then watch him go.
Aaron Hunt out of the hold of Cole Chasen getting ready, and there's Hamilton, 69 yards for the score. Here comes the point after, and it is good. The Clemson Tigers strike with a big play capability that they certainly have, and Derek Hamilton gives them. 69-yard hookup from Charlie Whitehurst to Derek Hamilton. Clemson up 7-0. Back after this word from your local station. Charlie Whitehurst throwing his 13th touchdown pass of the year to Derek Hamilton, catching his 5th of the season, and it is the second longest touchdown reception of his career of 69 yards. He's done 1 yard better against Maryland a couple of weeks back. Chad Dean getting ready to kick, and going back into the end zone and out of the end zone. Michael Waddell watches it go out over the orange marker.
Oh boy.
And we got a flag down on the play. Smith's ACC preview now available at newsstands throughout the South. And we have a flag back here. Joseph Ryder, hold against the Tar Heels on a kick that was never returned.
There's a lot more to happen on that play than just holding.
Yeah. Not sure what Joseph Ryder is motioning to the sidelines for, but we'll take the call anytime. Tommy Bowden says, we'll take the penalty and back him up. Trying to figure out the spot of the foul. And they'll back it up depending on where they sit inside the 30-yard line, half the distance.
On the receiving team during the kick. The result of the play was a touchback. You go 10 yards from the 20-yard line, first down.
All right, there you go. Joseph Ryder gives you the cue, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Tar Heels now 10 yards deeper than they had originally planned at their own 10-yard line. There's Darian Durant, 61% of his passes complete. As we showed you at the outset, he's gone 130 passes without an interception. He's also the leading rusher on the team. However, the Tar Heels have improved in terms of their ground game. They rushed for an average of 175, Doc, the last 2 weeks.
And you can count on him for 3.9 yards of that if you need him.
Yeah.
Guy, it really is incredible. And even better than that is John Bunning, the job that they've done keeping these kids, the morale is high.
Yeah.
They'll get better. You know, and it is about wins and losses, but then it's about development. And you can see that the Heels are in the right direction, and this guy in the middle of your screen is the reason.
He's playing 12 true freshmen this year.
It's a touchback, first down on the 20.
So now Clemson changes the call here. They're going to decline the penalty, and they're going to take it out at the 20 because of the touchback. Mike Hogwood can sort all of this out, I'm sure. Mike?
I hope so.
I was kind of eavesdropping on the officials in that on the penalty. I believe they were going to have to re-kick it if they took the penalty. They were going to have to re-kick it, and Tommy Bowden would just as soon Carolina have it first down on the 20.
Well, after Michael Waddell returned that punt 32 yards, I think that's a pretty wise decision. Scott with it handled. Scott around the corner. And Scott turns upfield for about a 5-yard gain, and the tackle is going to be by Travis Pugh. Let's look at the rest of that Clemson defense now. Donnell Washington leads the defensive line in tackles. Khalid Vaughn back after the injury. DeJuan Polk and Maurice Fountain moves over to the other defensive end. John Leake, as personable as they come, but a great tackler. Leroy Hill is the leading tackler in that defensive unit, and Lionel Richardson playing for Eric Sampson today. And there's Jamal Fudge. He had 20 tackles against Virginia with Hill, Miller, and Pugh backing him up. 2nd down and 5 for North Carolina at their own 25-yard line, down 7-0. Durant steps up, quarterback draw, and a shoestring tackle by Tyrone Hill, by Leroy Hill, rather.
He's close.
Yeah, he's close to the first down.
Another outstanding middle linebacker here at Clemson. I mean, they just, like they clone them. Guys can come out, good size, can run.
Think of guys like Brian Simmons.
That was my favorite.
Yep.
Pitbull.
It's 3rd and inches. Officially a yard, but it's inches to the 30-yard line and another first down. And Durant is stopped. He was going to go over center. Doc decided to go to the right, and Leroy Hill decided he'd have none of it.
Yeah. Well, he was reading it, waiting on the hole open, and so was Hill. We're talking about, I guess that breaks my streak now of giving compliments and having things blow up on me. Hill.
That was just a 1-week aberration.
Well, it was 1 week, but he scrapes and makes the move. Sometimes you pick the wrong hole to go in. That time he did. He should have gone right behind the center. Maybe he gets it.
Yeah, I think the going was a little bit better behind Jason Brown. No gain, and it's 4th down, and the Tar Heels forced to punt again.
I'm going to stick with old Jeff Terry. Give me big number 77, wide box.
Woldridge is the kick. He got a beautiful kickoff last time. And this one is going to be fielded by Youngblood. Guys are taking chances this year. And Derek Hamilton. And he gets out to the 24-yard line. It's going to be a punt of 50 yards by Woldridge, and not much of a return, maybe about 5. Timeout on the field. Clemson gets it again with a 1-touchdown lead. We're midway through the 4th quarter, or near it, here in Death Valley. We are back with our Citgo ACC Game of the Week, led by Clemson. As Derek Hamilton, 69-yard touchdown pass from Charlie Whitehurst. That's the one notch on the board right now. And here's Charlie Whitehurst, 1st and 10 from his own 24. Dwayne Coleman, big opening up the middle. He's headed for the races. One man to beat. And he's going to be tied down by Lionel Green. But a big gain on the play for the Clemson Tigers as they bust 1st and 10 wide open and head into Tar Heel territory to the 24.
Man, I'll tell you what, those guards are having a ball game. You watch both these guys here, 65, 63, getting up the wall. See, there's a truck drive. You can drive a dump truck right through that. So Bennett Johnson having a ball game right now for the Clemson Tigers. And, of course, Coleman, he can scoot it.
50 yards on that play by Dwayne Coleman, his longest run of the year. The Tigers have averaged 160 on the ground the last 2 games as well. So both have excellent quarterbacks who can throw. Their ground game in good shape. Chad Jasmine breaks a tackle. He's in the secondary and down into the red zone inside the 15-yard line. Brought down there. Looks like Harris was in on the tackle.
Steve, we're talking football 101 now, man. Talked about the guards. Well, the next thing going on, watching here, it's going to be the fullback. When you get a fullback that's going after it, that's a man. Then you got pad on pad. That time he gets the block. And, of course, Jasmine is able to scoot down yonder a little more. So when you got guards and fullbacks who like to make contact, you got a chance to move the football on the ground.
Jasmine is seeing a lot of action this afternoon because of Joseph Kelly being out. Here comes the pitch to Jasmine in a tailback spot. They'll get inside the 10 and fumbles into the end zone. Who's got it?
There is a flag on the play.
We got hankies all over the place.
Yeah, got a flag down on the play to boot. So let's see what happens. The flag is back at the 7-yard line. The ball was fumbled, but I didn't see if anybody recovered it in the end zone. The ground caused the contact. Face mask against North Carolina.
North Carolina is just stumping the toe right now. You got to play smart, especially when you're on the road.
Incidental face mask on the defense. 5 yards. In this case, half the distance to the goal. 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
Again, more good offensive line play. I mean, that's just fantastic up front. I can go on and on. This time, Myrick, he gets to get the good block. Strong run, good finish. That ball's out, but he was down.
Actually, even if it wasn't, it was not recovered in the field of play, but the ground caused the fumble. 1st and goal from the 1. Full house backfield, handoff Jasmine. He's in for the score.
Physical football.
Every play except the last double digits for Clemson.
And with the A's, Carolina gave up a little bit on the field position battle. But this is orange shirts trying to part the sea. You see orange shirts in the end zone. Low pad placement, firing off the ball. Beautiful.
Here's the kick after by Aaron Hunt, and it is no good. So the one good thing that happened to the North Carolina Tar Heels is that Aaron Hunt chinked that kick wide left.
That's football. Well, I love it. There are no gimmies. You got to earn everything you get. This time comes right off. Snap looks good.
Right off the left upright.
Doesn't squeeze through.
Nope. Well, ray of light for the Tar Heels, but another score for the Clemson Tigers, and they scored quickly. They've used 7 plays for 2 touchdowns. That Jiffy Lube scoring drive, 4 plays, 76 yards, and a minute 32, capped by a Chad Jasmine 1-yard run. Let's go to the sidelines. Mike Hogwood has a special guest this afternoon.
Yeah, here's a guy who's liking the action. Former Clemson Tiger, current Atlanta Falcon, Woody Dantzler. How about these Tigers so far?
How about them? You tell me. You sitting out here watching them. Boys out there having some fun, so, you know.
Let's talk about Woody Dantzler. Gone to the NFL, first with the Cowboys, now the Falcons. You play some quarterback, some running back, kick returner. You're everywhere.
I'm just trying to help the team out, you know me. I'm just out there having fun, playing the game that I love, and now I can actually get paid for it, so, you know, I'm having a blast.
Talk about Charlie Whitehurst.
Hold on. We got to get this guy on TV right now. Coach, stop.
Tell me about Charlie Whitehurst and what you think about that.
Hey, y'all remember Coach Stock? Rick Stock still?
Yeah.
Y'all remember? Hey, what's up, Coach Stock? I'm talking to Coach Stock.
All right, well, he's talking to his former offensive coordinator, Rick Stockstill, so we'll send it back up to Steve. But I'm going to tell you something. Woody Dantzler's having a great time down here on the Tigers sideline. Look at the smile on his face.
They need to give him a cap. Tell him to get one of those Tiger caps to put on. I mean, he's making money. He's a pro. He's a Falcon. Where's your lid?
Well, we know Rick Stockstill's watching. That's my boy. And we'll give him a call.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Waddell, 1 yard into the field of play. Waddell can break it. He got 197 yards against Michigan State. And he returns it out to the 35-yard line. Buddy Williams making the tackle, a 33-yard return. Let's take a look at our Hummer scoreboard. This is from Thursday night. Georgia Tech, what a finish against Maryland, 7-3, and that causes that logjam with 2 losses behind Florida State. Ohio State with an Ohio State touchdown. Northwestern leading Wisconsin. Purdue beat Wisconsin a week ago. Big Ten having quite a scrap this year at the top of the tower. And, of course, big game today, Purdue and Michigan.
Well, this is a big drive here for the Hill. They got to settle down, execute, and let their talent take over.
1st and 10. They're at the 34-yard line. Durant looks like a screen set up now to Lewis. Lewis has a blocker out in front and is blown up. I mean, blown up by Travis Pugh. He gets an 8-yard gain, but he paid for it.
The pain of playing this game. First to start on the backside. Great rush. I guess we can say 93 is back in your screen again and going. This time Gaines Adams makes a huge hit. That's a free runner. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen.
8-yard gain brings up 2nd and 2. Jock Lewis is saying it didn't feel like an 8-yard gain. Here's the handoff to Lewis behind the block of McGill. Turns the corner, has the first down. And again, another crushing tackle. Leroy Hill joined by Justin Miller, but he's got a first down for the Tar Heels.
Like they're firing tigers out of a cannon. I mean, these guys are bringing the lumberjack. Oh, my goodness. I'll keep this up for 4 quarters. Wow.
Well, the thing about North Carolina is what they have developed, though, is 2 sets of tailbacks. Get that first set in still. Now they bring in Chad Scott. Back of Ronnie McGill. Play action. Durant on 1st and 10. The flare pass complete goes to Scott. And Scott is driven back after about a 3-yard gain. And making the tackle is David Dunham out of the middle linebacker spot. He gave Leroy Hill a break.
Right now you can just see the enthusiasm is all in orange. I mean, they're flying to the ball. I've always said, you know, the offensive guys can fly to the ball as well. You can go chip on the block. You got to feel this game. And right now, Clemson really feels it. They've got points to show it. They're at home. Carolina has got to elevate their intensity. They got to match it because they've got the skills to make this happen.
This is the first time they've gone beyond 3 and out. They're 2 yards shy of midfield. 2nd down and 7. Handoff goes to Scott. Scott gets the first down and more, and driven out of bounds by Ty Hill. But a nice gain on the play to the 38-yard line. It's going to be about 10, 12 yards on the pickup.
It's all about those big guys up front. You know, with Seagraves and Terry. You got Blizzard over there, the tight end. When you make up your mind as an offense. Now watch as we look on this side of the offense. They come down. Everybody's in the down block. You got the whole flow going. You got Blizzard, the big tight end. They crush that side. Give you back daylight. Now you're cranking it up. That's a great feeling. You go back in the huddle. You say, Coach, let's do it again.
Look at the experience of that up front group. Seagraves, Terry, Jason Brown, Jupiter Wilson, Willie McNeil have been together a while. Showed it on that play. 1st and 10. Jock Lewis straight ahead. Donnell Washington comes in for the tackle. It's a gain of about 2 on the play. And as we've said, both teams trying to rediscover their ground game, and North Carolina's got to go on this drive.
Yeah, the intensity's picking up. Jason Brown, I watched it, buddy. I saw you. That's what I'm talking about.
There he is, looking right back
finishing the block.
Brown, it's been a tough year for him, Doc. A month ago, he lost his brother. His brother was killed in the over in Iraq on an intelligence unit. His family insisted that he keep on playing.
He's playing with the spirit of the game on that last play. I can guarantee you that.
Durant feeling the heat. Tried to throw to Jaworski Polak. Leroy Hill was right in his face mask. And next week, we're going to get a chance to see these Tar Heels once again against the Maryland Terrapins. We're looking forward to seeing Maryland. They had a tough loss against Georgia Tech. It'll come your way from Bird Stadium in College Park at 12 noon. Our Citgo ACC Game of the Week, Maryland and North Carolina. And that through the years has been in the early 80s. That was a great rivalry here in the ACC.
Talk about tough losses. Last week, Arizona State and Heels.
Oh,
I mean, the Heels they're trying to get a streak going.
all they needed, Doc, was a 1-yard gain on 3rd down, and they had a win. And they had to give the ball back to Arizona State, and that pass-happy team got it down in the end zone with no time left. Durant back to throw. We've got a whistle. And let's see what it's going to be. Flag on the play.
Prior to the snap, delay of game on the offense.
All right,
5 yards, 3rd down.
Delay of game on the offense. More on our Hummer scoreboard. Ohio State's added a touchdown over Indiana. Northwestern still leading Wisconsin. An upset possibly in the making there. And Nebraska and Iowa State in the Big 12. No score on the first. Lincoln.
Well, Coach Powell was irate on that last play for the Heels. And you sense that they're close, but they need another big breakthrough play.
3 wide outs. Hawley to the top. Durant looking bottom side now. Wants Pollock, and he's got him. He's got him for the completion, and it's good for a first down at the 27-yard line. Travis Pugh drove him out of bounds.
And that's the breakthrough play I was talking about. Your go-to guy, Pollock, we featured him in the open. Now the pass protection, brilliant. Ball right on the mark. He went up and got it. You know you're going to get hit, young receivers. That's the price you pay for fame. But he brought it home, and they needed that one.
Pollock's 69th catch of the year. Or 47th catch of the year. Here comes the handoff. Goes to Jacques Lewis. Turning the corner. And Lewis. That was a 16-yard reception, by the way. And this is going to be about a 6-yard gain. Bontrell Jameson brings him down for the tackle.
And we talk so much about size and offensive linemen, and most people now are holding with the 300-pounders. I want you to watch 72 again. Jason Brown, how he comes back. See, he saw a runner. He saw a little flash of orange. And that time he saw Hill, stopped his momentum, and secured the block. Not easy to do when you tip the scales over 3 bills.
2nd down and 5 for the Tar Heels.
Well, hey, Steve, nobody talks about the offensive linemen being athletes, man.
That's right.
These guys are athletic.
Oh, Scott driven back at the point of attack. You always see Leroy Hill there, but we'll see some other people as well. Jameson was there, getting up off the bottom. John Leak.
You just throw Leak's name in, even if you blindfolded. Throw Leak's name in. We had fun with him at the ACC Big Wheel.
Oh, yeah. He's a great kid.
Great kid.
Out of Texas.
Yeah.
In his senior year, says he's got one interception, says Coach Bowden will let him run the ball if he gets another interception. He comes over on offense for 1 play.
Loves the game, man.
Loss of 2, 3rd down and 7. Tar Heels down by 13. Trying to keep the drive alive. Durant out of the shotgun. Pass incomplete, intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Fudge. And Fudge is out to the 32-yard line. That interception streak dies, but it isn't all Darian Durant's fault.
Well, again, one of the most misleading stats in all of football is interception. The time is there. Ball's on the mark. Well, he can go get it. That's what receivers do. You say, go out and get it. He didn't. Ball's up in the air. Nobody will ever feel worse than a receiver. In this case, Fudge comes up with the interception.
It's Hawley who touched it first. That was Jesse Hawley, the true freshman. Tried to stretch for the ball and did not get it. 1st and 10. Charlie Whitehurst brings the Clemson Tigers out. They sprint out. Bullard in pursuit. Pass complete to Coleman, and he's driven back from his forward progress at the 37-yard line. Lionel Green making the tackle.
The thing about it, the Tar Heels chewed up clock, made a couple of big plays. They were just about to get it cranked up. And then you give the ball away.
And they're denied not only the first down, but even a chance at a field goal or possibly a score.
Your defense has got to come in and try to put the fire out. I mean, that's what they're trained to do.
Second down and 3. Inside handoff, Jasmine, and he's hit. But carries a tackler with him. That's DJ Walker. He's going to be close to the first down, and it depends on where the spot is going to be as he fell forward.
I like Jasmine. The other thing now, offensively, when you do get the turnover, now you want to go and humiliate him. You want to get points on the board as soon as possible. If you score in the first 3 minutes of a turnover, you compound that dejection, and you try to demoralize the opponent.
Darian Durant's got to put that behind him. We'll have a measurement here in the last 5 seconds of this first quarter that has been dominated by Clemson. 2 big plays have keyed it. There it is. He's got the first down. We'll have one more play before the quarter ends. 69-yard pass and run combination of Derek Hamilton from Charlie Whitehurst. A 1-yard plunge by Chad Jasmine, but it was set up by a 50-yard run by Dwayne Coleman.
That's why mental and physical conditioning is so important in this game.
That ends the first quarter of play. An excellent defensive posture that Clemson finds themselves in. They're leading after 1, 13-0. Well, these two teams meeting for the last time in 2 years due to the expansion of the ACC. They're going at it today. Clemson leading North Carolina on our Citgo ACC Game of the Week, 13-0. Steve Martin, Doc Walker, Mike Hogwood at Death Valley. Clemson first and 10 from their own 38. The pass is incomplete, intended for Hamilton. And let's take a look at our stats through the first quarter. And you'll see that the Clemson Tigers have getting a century mark both on the ground and in the air.
Now, time of possession is where Carolina was able to kind of even the score, which doesn't translate into points because of their mistakes.
Charlie Whitehurst now 6 of 9 and 100 yards and a touchdown. Second down and 10 coming. Whitehurst hands off Dwayne Coleman. And Coleman brings some tacklers with him and gets a nice gain of about 7 yards. Now, we talked about the last meeting between these two teams for 2 years. With the expansion of the ACC, this is what's going to happen. North Carolina goes actually into a different division than Clemson, and they will rotate opponents as the years go along. So while North Carolina is off Clemson's schedule for 2 years, it'll be quite a while before they're off it again once they resume hostilities in 2006. They've had some great battles down through the years.
Yes, indeed.
Third down and 3 now for Clemson, leading 13-0 here. Whitehurst back to throw, just a goal pattern, and it is incomplete. And it's intended for Kelvin Grant, a redshirt freshman out of Camden, South Carolina.
One thing about Clemson, they're not shy. They will go up great separation off the line of scrimmage. They just missed it by a hair, but beautiful separation getting off the ball. We talked about Lionel Green. We know he's a quality corner, but I just get a lot of receivers rush the separation. They don't get clean. That was very well done.
Fourth down coming up. Cole Chasen for his second punt of the game. His first was 43 yards. And this one was nearly blocked, and it's a short one. And the Tar Heels are going to get fairly decent field position out of this, a lot more than they probably would have expected. A 20-yard punt for the record.
Let's go. We got this.
Oh, yeah. Jock Lewis headed down the sidelines, driven out of bounds by Ty Hill, and he gets it down to the 20-yard line.
That's a great call. Outstanding. I mean, sometimes you got to try something new. And they've been chipping away. They've been throwing the ball a little bit, had some success. This time they come with the under. Leave handoff, the first point of attack, get a good block right on the edge. That's all you got to do. You give a good back a chance. And Terry and Jupiter Wilson, those two guards, and shaking and baking. Look at how Hogwood. It's like Hogwood in our little pre-production meeting.
Exactly. So it's Jock Lewis for 48 yards on first down. Here comes the second first down play. Durant scrambling for his life, and he's upended by Fountain. Maurice Fountain, junior from Camden, South Carolina, on the tackle. No gain on the play.
They're laughing about it because he's probably, Durant looks up and goes, MVP here is so big and so agile. Quarterbacks have got to think, man, the way the game has just evolved now. You see guys like, Fowler, who's 6'4", he's 255 pounds, and he's quick as a cat. And that's what really you look at Clemson over the years, and they put people on the edge that can get upfield.
Second down and 11. Back to throw. Durant has a man open in the end zone. Bowman for the touchdown. Darius Bowman, a true freshman out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, his second touchdown catch, and he was wide open on the post.
And we're going to show you why. And then, little things coaches talk about day in and day out about footwork, about fakes. Now watch this. You watch inside here, watch what's going to happen in the middle with the fullback. They come inside, they on the back, he bends out, freezes backers, linebackers caught. They caught heel and trick bag, touchdown Bone.
Got behind Jamal Fudge. Out of Lafferty's hole. Here comes the point after kick, and it is good.
Extra points by Dan Horner is good.
And Dan Horner gets the kick. The Tar Heels score on the 21-yard hookup. Darius Bowman from Darian Durant. 13-7 Clemson. ACC football from Jefferson Pilot Sports is brought to you in part by Toyota. Tar Heels strike Darian Durant, his 44th career touchdown pass, and he nails Darius Bowman for his second career touchdown catch. A 21-yard pass play that puts the Tar Heels on the scoreboard in only 3 plays. The big play, though, was the first play from scrimmage. Jock Lewis, that 48-yard gain that sent them up to the 20-yard line.
They came out with great spirit.
Justin Miller. And Miller almost lost the football. Boy, he juggled it. And it's at the 21-yard line. Folks here at Jefferson Pilot Sports want to acknowledge our elite group of ACC Football Official TV Network sponsors. Please support Alltel, BB&T, Cooper Tires, and Citgo. It's about teamwork, and their commitment to college athletics helps put you, the viewer, right in the front row. 21-yard return by Justin Miller. Caught it at the mouth of the end zone. It'll be 1st and 10. Clemson from their own 21, now up 6. Handoff, Dwayne Coleman. Good penetration by the Tar Heels, and they drive him out of bounds. Madison Hedgecock drove him out. But there was good push up front by Isaiah Puff Thomas.
Puff Thomas. Isn't it amazing what points will do to a defense?
Oh, yeah.
It just inspires them to greatness. And those guys start flying off the ball. Buddy, they like that 3 and out, and they love points. And you talk about quickness, so Puff gets around it, getting people off you, shed the blocker. And then you like to stay on your feet. Hedgecock comes over and cleans up.
Thomas playing at that nose guard position. North Carolina defense. Chase Page is in there right now. They're out of the shotgun after the loss of 4. The pass to Curry. Is it complete or did he trap it? Either way, it's not for much. They're going to say completed pass, but for 2 yards. Chris Hawkins covering on the play. That makes it 3rd down and about 11.
Boy, this guy can roll. When you Curry, we're talking about pure speed. And you like to get him the ball while he's moving. And you don't want him stationary.
You see him cross paths there with Derek Hamilton. Those are 2 guys that can rip a game open here.
Well, I warmed up with him this morning. We came out with some strides.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Not even a bullet of sweat on it. Here comes Whitehurst back to throw on 3rd. Has it complete out front though, looking for Curry, and he is covered step for step by Chris Hawkins. Alden Blizzard had some pressure on the quarterback that time as well. Blizzard gets the start today. Curry kind of limping.
Well, he's not running like a sprinter. I mean, that's clearly not the trot of a sprinter. And if he had his legs, he'll go out and get that. He'd go get that corner.
Well, we talked about the Clemson defense, and North Carolina defense has acquitted itself quite well here in the second quarter. Waddell and Mason are back to get the kick. It's an interesting formation. Waddell is the deeper of the 2 receivers for this punt by Cole Chasen, which is short again. And it is taken by Mason. And he is immediately brought down at the 45-yard line of Clemson by Tavon Montz. Hey fans, now's your chance to enter the Toyota Tundra Double Cab You Pick'em football contest. Just go online at jpsports.com, click on the Toyota banner, and register to pick the winners. Weekly prizes given to the participant with the highest points. At season's end, a randomly picked grand prize winner to be revealed December 8th will get a new 2004 Toyota Tundra four-door D-cab truck. The Toyota You Pick'em football contest. 1st and 10. Tar Heels with their best field position of the day at the Clemson 45. Handoff goes to Willie Parker. Parker moving out on the edge, and Justin Miller will bring him down at the 41-yard line after a gain of 4.
Well, we have a great level of competition going on now between the offensive and defensive line. I mean, I just love it on both sides. When every play is a struggle, you get superior effort on both accounts. The offensive line of Carolina staying high. They're trying to finish blocks. Love it.
Marion Durant, 4 out of 8, 49 yards and a touchdown. And an interception. Handoff now goes to Parker again. He'll try the other side and gets inside the 37-yard line. He's sliced down there. Jamal Fudge, John Leak, Leroy Hill meet him there. So yeah, there's some hit.
I'll tell you what, you talk about the grit up front.
Oh, yeah.
Grit tough. How tough are you? And can you stay up there? Oh, Blizzard hanging with it. Keeping the backer off the ball. But the corners for the Tigers, they roar.
They are flying.
They bring weapons up when they come up. Fudge, I mean, they come up with authority.
Tar Heels 34% typically on third downs. They're 1 of 4 this afternoon. 3rd down and 4, down by 6. Durant pass complete to Blizzard. And Blizzard rumbles down the sideline and is knocked out at the 5-yard line. Gain on the play of 32. Buddy Williams drove him out of bounds.
But it worked. What a difference series or so has made for the Tar Heels. They are now working on all cylinders. The play is open. Blizzard is there. Then you get a little help downfield from your friend. And smart as to how you get the block done. You don't want to clip. You don't want to hurt your team.
1st and goal. Tar Heels in the red zone for the 22nd time this season. Here comes a handoff. Parker, and he's hit. And Tyrone Hill, or rather Leroy Hill, is there with it. And that brings up 2nd down and goal. Let's go to the sidelines of Mike Hogwood.
Doc's been talking a lot about the improvement of this North Carolina offensive line. I think you can really see it this quarter. And one of them, Skip Seagraves, comes by his football honestly. His dad is a head coach in college football. His dad, Al Seagraves, coaches the Elon Fighting Phoenix. And Skip Seagraves doing a pretty good job at tackle for the Tar Heels.
Wallace Wright is split wide out to the left side. Setbacks are Parker and Jock Lewis. Handoff, Parker. Parker probes the right. Ahead, puts it on the ground. Football is fumbled, but it's recovered by Jock Lewis at the 8-yard line. Whoa,
what a momentum killer.
I'm telling you.
Oh, boy, the Tigers were so close to reversing their fortunes on this. Mike Hogwood makes a great illustration about Seagraves. The young man has great footwork. And, you know, I know his father's involved in that. It's the fundamentals of the game up front. You block with good footwork. But this is just great effort. Look at the Tigers flying to the football, and good things happen to you when you get around that football.
Jock Lewis recovers it for a 3-yard loss. 3rd down and goal from the 7.
Hill just popped it out.
Yeah. Chad Scott is back there. Holly split to the top side. Bowman to the bottom side. Jaworski, the slot receiver, the pass incomplete. Intended for Jesse Holly. He's looking for a flag. There is a flag back on the line of scrimmage at the 8-yard line. Justin Miller defending on the play. And it's going to be against Clemson. John Bunting wants his team to catch a break, and it looks like it's about to.
Well, Holly appeared to be depleted. So you got to figure something happened on that play.
Pass interference on the defense. It's a spot foul. Automatic 1st down.
There's the break the Tar Heels wanted. Let's see the play.
I think it's 1st and goal for the Tar Heels.
Again, pass pro is there. Tough on that angle. Here we go. Take another shot at it. Boy, just a piece of work up front. Yeah, there's some contact. Ball's not there. There's some contact. Good call.
Now it's 4 shots from the 3. That negates the fumble by Parker. Dunn in motion. Play action, Durant. Durant looks toward his tight end. Now stops, pass, intercepted. Leroy Hill, tipped originally by DeLon Polk.
Boy, those Tigers, resilient, baby. Doesn't matter if it's first down and goal, you still have to score. You got to pull the trigger. Darren, you got to pull the trigger, pal. You're too good for that. And this time, Polk definitely obstructed. Guy got in there, but Darren got caught. He was a tweener. What do I do? I should run with it. Run with it or toss it to the tuba. And then come back and crank it up again.
He kind of pushed that out of his hand.
Yeah, it didn't,
you know, even though Polk got a hand on it, it didn't look good coming off his hand anyway.
You know what he wanted to do, but it should have been in vain.
First and 10. Jasmine with a carry from his own 3 out to the 6. And Devlin Bullard in on the tackle. Well, what a strange turn of events.
Football, baby. Now, the last time the Tigers had an interception, they really didn't do much with it. Now, you can turn it over, but what does your opponent do with it? Because the Carolina defense was up to the last challenge.
For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. Second down for the Clemson Tigers. Trying to get out of a hole here. They just picked up their second interception of Darian Durant. Carry by Jasmine, who's getting work in place of the injured Joseph Kelly out to the 11-yard line.
That was 3 the hard way.
Yeah.
I mean, that was tough.
It's just basic tackle-to-tackle football here for the Tigers, who started at their own 3.
Well, it's so easy if you're a defensive player for Carolina now to start sulking. But you can't.
No.
You got to come in and look at it as a challenge. And you're going to find out about the Tigers. Do they have killer instinct? Because sooner or later, you got to turn one of these turnovers into 7 points.
Big defensive down here for the Tar Heels, defending on 3rd and 3, down by 6. Whitehurst, play action, ball knocked out of the hands of Aries Curry, and the play made by Chris Hawkins.
That was wicked.
That was.
That was wicked.
Tommy Bob wants interference, but it was a bang-bang play.
It's all about timing. Tommy has killer instinct. He wanted to take it over. I like to push at the end. Give Curry a lot of credit. That little push at the end created some space, just not enough. Just not enough. Oh, Hawk with a great play. And the Carolina defense now shows courage. They went in there and they put the fire out.
Now they hope to get the ball in good field position. Cole Chasen booms out a nice punt. Waddell at the 48. Waddell up the middle. And Waddell gets past a couple of arm tackles to the 42-yard line. Buddy Williams with the tackle. So the Tar Heels will get the ball back after a 38-yard punt in Clemson territory. Back after a word from your local station. Welcome back to Clemson. Clemson Tigers up 13-7 over the North Carolina Tar Heels, and by a vote of 15-2 with 8 abstentions, our crew would like to say hello and best wishes to our fellow producer Roger Roebuck, who's just recovering from surgery. Roger, no kidding, best wishes to you.
See Raj laying in bed with an ascot on.
Darian Durant on first down, pass complete to Polak. Driven out of bounds by Jamal Fudge at the 15-yard line, but it is a gain of 27 yards on the play, and big plays flow out of these two quarterbacks.
Talking trash. I love it. I tell you what, you talk about threading the needle. Here's a guy who has no memory of a bad play. Comes right back and knifes it right between 2 defenders. That was a piece of work. Miller Fudge defending, but it wasn't enough.
26-yard hookup officially. Jaworski Polak. 1st and 10. Tar Heels again. Second straight drive they've started in Clemson territory. They're at the 16, in the red zone once more. Handoff goes to Scott at the 10, down to the 5, brought down at the 3-yard line. Tackled there by Tremaine Billy. Back up outside linebacker. And the Tar Heels, at some point in time, have got to convert one of these.
Well, you know, you can give some guys a nice place to run, and they don't know what to do with it. And this kid Scott does. He's nice cutback. He read the flow of the offensive line. Sometimes the holes draw up, you know, not like they were drawn up by your coach, but how they are drawn up on the field of battle.
Look at the resurgence of the run over the last 3 games. 6 touchdowns compared to 3 in the first 3 games. Here comes the handoff. It goes to Jock Lewis. He's in for the touchdown. And the Tar Heels have tied it up. First, Chad Scott, the transfer from Kentucky, gets it. We've got a flag, however. Flag in the end zone.
I wouldn't want to be the guy right over Washington if he's that mad. Donnell Washington is not happy.
No, and he took his helmet off. Yeah. That might be the violation.
Well, at 3:20.
After the play, personal foul on the offense, personal foul on the defense. Penalties canceled, touchdown.
Touchdown on the play. The Tar Heels tie it. And let's see.
Well, Washington didn't look like he won on this one. Now, he didn't look like he was stating his case. Naturally, ball goes up. He's only taking on 3 guys.
Well, it looks like his helmet.
Malicious. It didn't look malicious in there, but then we didn't see some of those. Sometimes you get a nice rib shot on the guy, a little jab, but you don't pick up on the camera.
Dan Orner puts the Tar Heels on top as he kicks the point after with 6:39 left to go here in the first half. North Carolina on this run by Jacques Lewis from 4 yards out scores. ACC football from Jefferson Pilot Sports is brought to you in part by Toyota. The Tar Heels strike Jacques Lewis's first rushing touchdown of the season, a 3-yard touchdown run for the second straight time in Clemson territory, but first time this afternoon they were able to make it stick. And Justin Miller will not bring this one out, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Clemson at their own 20-yard line. But the crowd now hushed as North Carolina has come back from 13 points down with 14 unanswered points of their own to retake the lead.
Can't help but think about the Virginia Cavaliers game here. And we saw, Clemson had some momentum swings. They're pushing hard, and all of a sudden Cavaliers start to come back, and it goes, down to the wire. This is a game where Clemson could have easily expanded the scoreboard, but the Tar Heels defense didn't allow it, so you got to give them a lot of credit.
Team plays 53. 1st and 10. Not much there. Dwayne Coleman on the run.
If I didn't know any better, I think that Carolina was playing NC State and Clemson was playing the Gamecocks. I mean, they're pushing and shoving, and they're going after this. I mean, this is definitely, they're playing for keeps.
I'll tell you what, this is very reminiscent of some of the big battles that these two schools had in the late 70s and early 30s, early 80s, where they were both in the top 10 and both going for position at the top of this conference. North Carolina.
And the animosity going on on the field.
Here was Whitehurst throwing a fade route to Curry. Steps around the defender and catches it at the 45-yard line.
Complete to Curry.
42 yards on the play, and it's going to be a first down for the Clemson Tigers.
Boy, there's so many components to make it work. But, it takes like the backs. We're running through you. Watch this. You see the contact, hit, snap back. You talk about pass pro. You can't throw the ball downfield if your backs don't come in. And that time, Jasmine, I mean, he lowered the boomerang. And I'll tell you what, that's hard to coach. But great to see it done right.
Jasmine on the carry, and Jasmine's brought down.
Ball carried by number 10, Chad
Tackle
Jasmine.
made by Larry Edwards and also Isaac Morris.
A lot of young backs think that all they get to do is carry the football. But pass protection is what separates you and gets you to the next level.
He helped Whitehurst get some extra time to find Arius Curry. On 2nd down coming up and about 8 yards to go. For the best deals on cars, trucks, and SUVs, visit your local Toyota dealer today. 2nd down and 8. Clemson now in Tar Heel territory, trying to recapture the offensive momentum. Here's the end around. Here comes Stuckey, Chancey Stuckey, the backup quarterback coming from the slot on the opposite side. Gets the first down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play. A little razzle-dazzle from Clemson. Malon Carey in on the tackle.
Well, Coach Bowden mixing things up now. And what they want to seize this momentum. They fought back. You called it. You could sense Death Valley there was a hush. Charlie tries to get a block. There's big number 78, Gregory Walker. He comes out. He's effective. Those puppies are downfield for the Tigers. Big play.
Chancey Stuckey, backup quarterback. On the double reverse, here's Jasmine. There's nothing there. And Jasmine was hit. Mooring made the first hit on the penetration. Malin Carey helped out, and Isaiah Thomas also in on the play.
Oh, you talk about establishing that line of scrimmage.
Oh, yeah.
That was big time. We need a little payback that was due to the Tigers.
Second down and 11, loss of 1 dog on the play. Clock rolling with 3:54 left. First half, Tar Heels leading the Tigers. Whitehurst back to throw. Over the middle, pass deflected. Did he get it?
If he did that would be on every highlight package in the country.
No, Dexter Reed did not get it before it hit the ground, but he made every effort to convince the officials that he did. Tony Elliott, the intended receiver, went through his hands, and Reed almost made the catch of the year.
You know, you have to give him mad props for the effort. I don't know. That's close. He may have pulled that off. He may have pulled it off.
Either way, even if he didn't, that was a great camera shot.
Yeah. Reminds me. Dropped that hot dog when Hogwood dove out and caught it yesterday. It's close. That was great. See if we get another look at that.
Whitehurst on third down. Down by 1 over the middle, incomplete. How many balls have we seen sail through receivers' hands today? It was to Hamilton.
Yeah, let's see if he pulls it off. Oh, I think he did.
Oh, it was close.
I think he did. Well, that's a terrific effort.
Well, it's fourth down now for Clemson. As the ball sailed through Hamilton's hands at about the area where they needed the first down.
You got to guess right sometimes. DJ Walker in on that play for the Tar Heels. They seem to have had a guy underneath coverage, so they kind of bracket the receiver.
Clemson going for it. They're in that never land where you don't want to take that field goal opportunity being blocked.
I love this. When you trust your defense, you go for it.
4th and 11. Jailbreak blitz is on. He throws it out of bounds. Incomplete now.
And Heels want more. Did he get outside the tackle?
Now, well, I don't think he did. He was just in straight reverse. John Bunning pleading his case. Tommy Bowden says send the defense out.
You don't want to get John riled up.
No.
The old linebacker comes out in. Then I see number 95 again on him, Philadelphia Eagles. This is a great call because they put pressure on Whitehurst, didn't let him control himself. Edwards there, closest to him, along with Davis.
And now they're talking it over.
Well, John Bunning, when he loses his hat, then you know he's gone into another zone. And you bring out the predator in him when he drops the hat.
A great play by his defense.
It's tough on linebackers, man, to be composed and civilized.
Well, they're going to say that there was no penalty on the play, and they'll give the Tar Heels the ball back, though, at the 32-yard line, where the line of scrimmage is going to be. And
he took it off, but he didn't throw it. He's got to take it off, and he's got to throw it. And then you know, buddy, that he's hit that boiling part.
Ohio State by 3 touchdowns. You saw NC State leading Duke. And the Ted Roof era is underway. See how long it's going to last. Durant, handoff, Chad Scott broke a tackle of the line of scrimmage. John Leake brings him down after he gets to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4.
A strong run, Fountain down at the bottom of the pile.
Other scores, Georgia beating UAB this afternoon up by a touchdown.
Dogs.
Busy Saturday afternoon.
Dogs. About Dogs and Yellow Jackets in a few weeks.
Oh, down on the 29th. That's going to be a big game. Yeah. It always is, but this one have
awesome quarterback, man, for what he's done for Tech. You beat Maryland.
Oh, yeah.
That says a lot as far as I'm concerned.
Reggie Ball had a great game. Handoff goes to Scott again, and Scott has become a workhorse in this offense. Gets up over the 40 to about the 41. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. Don't go away at halftime in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. It's the Mike Hogwood Show. Mike, what you got for us?
All right. Well, we're going to talk to both of these coaches, and I'm sure they're going to have some interesting things to say. We'll have highlights of the first half, update you on some statistics, and look at the standings. And we'll also tell you about the success of the North Carolina women's soccer team having another great season, all coming up at halftime.
And there's lots more to it. 2:44 left to go in this first half.
You know, Hogwood covers and is I'm an excellent broadcaster, lacrosse.
He does all the Olympic sports.
You know, I mean all the Olympic sports. You name it. I mean, he's called it.
This man is all over. He does. He's doing field hockey.
Field hockey.
I mean, there's no There is no limit to what Mike Hogwood
Golf,
does.
NASCAR.
Monster
Remarkable
trucks.
talent.
43-man Squamish.
Yeah. Pie eating contest.
Has he called one of those yet?
Oh, yes. Yeah, if he hasn't, he will. Just hit hogwood.com and bring your checkbook.
3rd down and 2 coming up for the Tar Heels here. They lead it 14-13.
Boy, this is a lot of fun. A lot of contact going in this ball game. I mean, this is what I wait for every Saturday. To see two teams go after it. I mean, you forget the scoreboard from this standpoint. You look on the field, you can't tell who's winning or who's losing.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot at stake for both of these teams. Tar Heels are 1-6. They're 0-3 in the conference, but they're still, with 0-3, they got a lot of teams ahead of them with 2 losses.
Right. They want to run the table. They want to run the table. They have to believe they can.
3rd down 2. Flare pass, it's Polak. He's got the first down, spins away from a tackler and is out near midfield. Stepped out of bounds at the 47-yard line. It'll be a 7-yard gain, and it keeps the chains moving for the Tar Heels.
Well, Holly downfield blocking. They had a lot of white shirts that were just tripping on people to stay up. And they did that. Holly out there on the edge, number 9. These kids all the way across the board have done a good job of staying up, keeping the feet moving, keeping a pad on a pad.
You're watching ACC football from Death Valley. Steve Martin here with Doc Walker and Mike Hogwood. 1st and 10. Darian Durant won't go down, but doesn't get much yardage either. And Clemson pretty much has good knowledge of where Durant wants to go. Khalid Vaughn and John Lee make the stop for the Clemson Tigers, along with DeJuan Pope, who's figured in a big play for Clemson. Stopped a Carolina drive with a deflection of a ball that was intercepted by Leroy Hill.
Well, the Tigers pumped up the volume on that. Both teams, when they need to put pressure on the quarterback, aren't afraid to blitz.
2nd down now and 7. Polak to the top side. Darius Bowman to the bottom, looking to the top. The screen pass to Jesse Hawley, and he is hauled down by Justin Miller. The 2 9s meet, and it's no gain.
Well, Miller is just ferocious. I love the Clemson corners because they just, the antithesis of that, quote, cover corner mentality. These guys are football players. And if you come out outside, expect to get hit. They don't come up with no caution. They come up with bad intent.
Miller shaken up on the play as a true freshman, intercepted 8 passes. Last year in the ACC.
The way he throws his body around.
I'll tell you. 3rd down. Back to throw. Ball complete. And it's out there to the tight end. That is John Hamlet, the true freshman from Lynchburg, Virginia. Caught his first career touchdown a week ago against Arizona State. Richardson on the stop with Torrey Francis.
Good-looking guy, too. We like Hamlet.
Yes, we do. They're cultivating some tight ends at North Carolina.
We'll be praising him for years to come.
Tar Heels getting it done here. We'll return after these messages from the ACC.
Hey, wait a minute. There's a lot more happening at Clemson. We're working on smart fibers for protective clothing that can keep out heat, cold, even dangerous toxins. Our bioengineers are developing longer-lasting hip and knee implants. And get this, Clemson scientists are designing teeny tiny pacemaker batteries that recharge with body heat. Amazing.
We are back. Our Citgo ACC game of the week. It's a good one. North Carolina, 14 second quarter points. The lead Clemson 14-13. A minute 10 left to go. That timeout taken by Clemson. They have 1 timeout left. It's 4th down coming now for the Tar Heels. They send the punting unit on. And to punt, it is going to be David Woolridge. Woolridge, their distance kicker. Lafferty is their short kicker. And the fair catch called for by Justin Miller at the 10-yard line. So the punt gets him inside the red zone, or inside the 20 at the 11-yard line. It's a 38-yard kick. And no return. Coming up next weekend, we'll follow the Tar Heels to College Park. Get our first look at the Maryland Terrapins, and you'll see it live on many of these same stations at 12 noon. There's Scott McBrien and Darian Durant. McBrien was hurt in the loss to Georgia Tech. Last 6 games, 1,100 yards. And, of course, the total offensive leader for North Carolina is on the field this afternoon. Right now, Charlie Whitehurst out there.
Ideal quarterback for this situation.
Screen pass to Coleman, completed to 10. Coleman with a lead blocker out front. Brought down from behind by Alden Blizzard. That was a freight train headed out there.
Boy, boy, boy.
Cedric Johnson.
I love it. The big fella, 3 1/4 and some. See, the key is this: once you get on your horse, you got to roll. And if not, you get a little push from behind. And the big guy's going.
Take the A train.
I love it.
There he is, Cedric Johnson, 315 pounds. Here's Coleman. He knows where to run. He's headed that same side again. He gets out to the 45-yard line. Dexter Reed in on the tackle.
They went right behind him again, Steve, and he got a great drive block. So he had gas. Yeah, he had some gas. We're talking about the big guy here, but watch him. Comes out, little spy, and now he's got to get upfield.
Come back quickly. The pass is incomplete, intended for Youngblood. Bayham and Youngblood in the vicinity of the skipping ball thrown by Charlie Whitehurst.
And on the next play, they ran right over him, and he was there. He didn't have to put up a hand like those receivers do and say, I need a break. You don't see linemen coming out of the game because they had a long play.
That stops the clock with 17 seconds left to go. Clemson with only 1 timeout remaining here. They're faced with 3rd down and 2. Trying to get themselves in position to retake the lead on a field goal or possibly a big score up top.
So it's Bowden, boy. They got a lot of tricks up their sleeves along with Brad Scott. They have an arsenal.
There's the pass to Elliott, complete for the 1st down. And that'll stop the clock briefly as they reset the chains at the 42-yard line of North Carolina. Waddell and Carey in on the tackle.
Still have to remember that Whitehurst is just a solid. Amazing talent.
And now a timeout called for. He spiked the ball. He spiked the ball to stop the clock with 9 seconds left to go.
Here's where if you had a healthy Curry, that you could really threaten a secondary.
Now the Tar Heels take a timeout with 9 seconds left to play. North Carolina wants to talk things over with 9 seconds. Tar Heels have 2 remaining. The Tigers still have 1 on their jacket, but time becoming the essence here right now. They're still out of field goal range at the 42. Wow, this is an exciting time of the year. The conference is in its final month of competition. Florida State leads the way. As we told you at the outset, there are 3 teams, NC State, Clemson, and Wake Forest, who have a shot at the top dog. But look at those teams with 2 losses on their schedule right now in conference. Georgia Tech made a strong bid with a win over Maryland on Thursday night. This afternoon, of course, NC State playing at Duke. Virginia out of conference. It's homecoming at Charlottesville, rumor says. And Wake Forest at Florida State in a huge game in Tallahassee with Georgia Tech already winning. We talked to Tommy Bowden about the closeness of this ACC race.
I think there's 5 teams with 2 losses. It helps motivate that team. Say, hey, there's a lot of people still in it. There's a lot left out on the table, and we better get serious. I think it's been proven that anybody can beat anybody on any given Saturday.
2nd down coming for the Clemson Tigers. Tommy Bowden's team needs probably about 20 yards of real estate to get into field goal range, and they only have 9 seconds and 1 timeout to do it. Aaron Hunt, their kicker. His career long is 48. Whitehurst. Back to throw against the 3-man rush. Fires over the middle. Coleman complete for the 1st down. And Coleman is down to the 25-yard line. Clemson screams for a timeout with 1 second left. And now they are in the range of Aaron Hunt.
Boy, that was close. He nearly completely, literally ran out of time.
Wow.
But when you have their speed, buddy, they can create a void because you have to respect their deep threat.
17-yard gain setting up what will be a 42-yard try for a field goal out of the hold of Cole Chasen. Hunt has already missed an extra point today, plating one off the left upright. He is 6 out of 11. His career long is 48. This is 41 now officially. And a timeout call. Tigers called their final timeout with 1 second remaining here in the first half. This for the lead. Well, it's been a great first half. We've seen big plays both sides. Derek Hamilton, 69-yard pass and run from Charlie Whitehurst. And then on the other side, Jacques Lewis set up a score with a 48-yard scamper down the sidelines. A nice touchdown pass from Darius Durant and Darius Bowman.
I just love the competitive spirit. I mean, both teams have gone after it, and they're going after it with a little nastiness that I quite honestly enjoy, and I think it's going to even get better in the second half.
Nastiness, like
absolutely. No, this is not softball. This is full contact.
Yes, it is. All right, play is getting ready to come back in. Tar Heels lining up for the block as Aaron Hunt will try this one from 41 yards out on the right hash mark. And now it is North Carolina calling timeout. So they'll take another minute to ice the kicker.
Well, what you think about that last, as you mentioned, the PAT to hit the right upright, and whether or not that was a snap problem, a hold problem, and you do think about it.
Well, you got to take into consideration the Clemson holder 2 weeks ago broke his leg running down the hill. Cole Chasen is the punter, and he is coming on to sub for him.
He has good hands. He's good hands.
Because he has to handle the ball as well.
Yeah, you just want to put a little bit of doubt.
We want to leave no doubt that the announcers for this game are selected and compensated by Jefferson Pilot Sports. This broadcast is a copyright presentation, and any use of it without the express permission of the Atlantic Coast Conference and Jefferson Pilot Sports is prohibited. There's Cole Chasen. Of course, it all begins with the snap. The long snapper is Jeff Rigsby. And Chasen has to catch that snap. He's got to put it down for his kicker, and it all has to be timed out just right so Aaron Hunt can get it away before the men in white shirts get a chance to block it. 41-yard attempt with a second left. This will end the first half. The snap, the kick is up. It's headed in the right direction. He got it. Aaron Hunt puts the Tigers on top with a 41-yard field goal. That has Clemson leading North Carolina and a nice little push into the locker room for the Clemson Tigers in a hard-fought first half in our Citgo ACC Game of the Week. Mike Hogwood is standing by on the field.
Wow, what a first half. You strike first, they come back and deliver a blow, and then you get it right before half.
Yeah, they got out of sync in the second quarter, but you know, they good defense. They made adjustments. Now we got to go in and make adjustments off their adjustments.
What adjustments do you have to make to get that offense going again?
They'll put them all in the box in the running game. It looks like we're going to loosen up a little bit throwing.
You got a guy who's got the arm to do it.
Thank you.
All right, Tommy Bowden getting ready to head to the locker room to make some adjustments, as he said. What a first half here at Death Valley. 16-14, Clemson leads North Carolina. We're at halftime, 16-14 on this weekend before Halloween. Some pumpkins out a little bit early, I guess. Mike Hogwood with you now. And this was an interesting first half. It was Clemson. Looked like they were going to run away with this early as Charlie Whitehurst gets the running game going. Then he goes up top. Big touchdown pass to Kevin Youngblood. They go up 13-0. Missed the extra point on the second touchdown. But North Carolina showed a lot of fight, a lot of character. They bounced back in that second quarter. The offense actually had the ball moving several times down into Clemson territory. There were a couple of interceptions on the part of the Clemson defense, but they did put 2 touchdowns up to take the lead. And then just before halftime, Aaron Hunt, who has had an up and down, inconsistent season. He missed the extra point, but this field goal, 41 yards out, 1 second left. That's our play. Those are the points that have given Clemson the lead, 16-14 here at halftime. Well, let's take a look now at the ACC standings. It's our Advanced Auto Parts drive to the championship standings. Florida State, obviously the only unbeaten team. And look at all the schools with 2 losses. Georgia Tech hands Maryland a second loss on Thursday night. Virginia, NC State, the Clemson team playing today. Wake Forest. Now North Carolina looking for that first ACC win. Duke also winless in the ACC at 0-4, 2-5 overall. But it is going to be one interesting November in the ACC. What a great crowd here today. Perfect day for football, and we have got a great game going. We're at halftime.
That was Michael Dean Perry of Clemson, the younger brother of William Refrigerator Perry. Michael Dean broke his brother's ACC records for sacks and tackles for loss. This moment in ACC football history has been presented by Citco. We know you. BB&T proudly presents the ACC Community Service Award, an acknowledgement of ACC football players' accomplishments off the field in supporting and strengthening our communities. Today's honoree is offensive tackle Gregory Walker, a graduate student from Clemson University. Gregory volunteers a great deal of his time to children's causes in the Clemson area, including reading programs at various elementary schools, the Special Olympics, and the Collins Children Home. BB&T, with our tradition of working hard to support and strengthen the communities where we do business, is proud to honor Gregory Walker for his efforts in building stronger communities and enriching the lives of those around him.
Aaron Hunt knocks home a field goal, 1 second left in the half. The Tigers hit an exciting first half of play, lead the North Carolina Tar Heels 16-14. I want to invite you to join me Monday night at 6:30 for ACC Live, a comprehensive look at the Atlantic Coast Conference and what's going on, and not just football, but all the fall sports. Our hot ticket will be on the big football game for Florida State today as they try to stay unbeaten in the conference, going up against the tough Wake Forest Demon Deacons. We'll also continue to update you on the Olympic sports that are doing so well, not just in the ACC, but nationally as well. That's ACC Live, Monday at 6:30. Check your local listings where it'll be shown in your area. Right now, we want to update you on some scores on our scoreboard. And NC State and Duke, how about that? Ted Roof, first game as interim head coach. Second quarter, the Blue Devils lead the Wolfpack 10-7. Ohio State out in front of Indiana by 3 touchdowns. That's third quarter score. Northwestern and Wisconsin got a good game going. That's at halftime. Nebraska all over Iowa State, 28-0. That's at half. Iowa and Penn State, 12-7. And Mississippi State in the Southeastern Conference leads the Kentucky Wildcats. The Georgia Bulldogs on top of UAB. The Blazers trail 10-0 in the second quarter. And our score here, we've got a good game, folks, 16-14. Back with more, but first, this word from your local ACC station.
25 years. The parlor contains images of the Clemson children.
16-14, the Tigers on top of the Tar Heels, and this, I'm not sure this is Lance Stewart or the Tiger. Lance, of course, one of our fine camera guys here, and you're doing a great. All you Tigers are doing a great job today. I'm sure the Tar Heel will be over here in just a moment. And by the way, Tiger, I want to tell you about the Yahoo Sports College Pack for just $9.95 a month or $59.95 a year. Now, this pack includes JP Sports ACC football telecasts, plus thousands of live audio broadcasts from nearly 100 universities nationwide. Follow your favorite teams from anywhere with the College Pack from Yahoo Sports. Yeah, the Tigers got it. Sure. Anything to get on TV, huh? All right. Well, maybe there's a Tiger up in the booth. Let's check back in with Steve and Doc.
Can't be a Tiger up here. There's too many down runner you are right now. I'll tell you what, it's a great ball game as we expected from these two teams, and I know, Doc, you appreciate the physicality of the affair.
I really do. This is what it's all about. You go through spring ball, you go through summer ball, all of this just so you can have a high level of competition in the second half of a game that you have to win.
Well, there's been a game of big plays. We saw them right off the get-go. The Clemson Tigers striking first.
Coming out of the box, of course, every team, it helps to have a playmaker. Clemson has several, but I don't know if there's anybody as consistent as number 21.
And now, of course, Derek Hamilton for the score, his fifth. Yep, here's Chad Jasmine. He's been a workhorse. That put him up 13-0. And then Darian Durant goes to Darius Bowman for 21 yards. And here's a touchdown by Jacques Lewis that put the Tar Heels momentarily ahead.
Yeah, both teams, again, just competing very, very hard. Both play offensive line, defensive line. The turnovers have been the key. 2 giveaways, but it really didn't sting Carolina as it could have.
Those are our Hyundai stats. In support of Hyundai's ongoing commitment to education, Hyundai Motor America is pleased to contribute to the ACC General Scholarship Fund the amount of $1,000 to be distributed equally among the membership institutions. I think one thing that was very, very important for the Tar Heels, Doc, is that despite some early adversity, they did not give up.
This staff won't allow them to give up. Coach Bunning and his group, they've had some tough times. They've been resilient. They put up some points. They're getting better. And, you know, sometimes it doesn't always show by wins and losses, but they're young, and I like what I see.
Well, let's take a look at our Toyota keys to the game and see what both of these teams have to do to maintain what they want and get what they want, and that's a win.
Yeah, Carolina, muscle ball. Stay physical. Keep it between the tackles. Let that translate into play action. And for the Tigers, go to your talent. Threaten the deep third. They have the long ball. If Curry comes out in the second half and is healthy, the Tigers have a decisive advantage.
Haven't really gone to Youngblood so far in this second half. They've tried to hit Hamilton with limited success, but at least it brought him a touchdown. Clemson up by 2 on a 41-yard field goal. Second half coming up.
ACC football is being brought to you by Cooper Tires, by Geico Direct, by your neighborhood Sitco, by Bell South, and by Advance Auto Parts.
Very nice look at the president's house here at Clemson. That's where Clemson President Jim Barker calls home. Darian Durant warming up on the sidelines. Clemson by the strength of Aaron Hunt's 41-yard field goal as time expired, leading here 16-14. Just moments ago, our Mike Hogwood had a chance to talk with North Carolina head football coach John Bunting.
John, your team has responded every time Clemson has put points on the board. How do they feel at halftime?
Well, they're excited about getting back out here to play. We had a great game down here 2 years ago. It's figured to be a great game right now. If we stop shooting ourselves in the foot, we might have a chance to score some more points.
Is that the biggest thing you have to do? You're pretty comfortable the way your team played?
I'm very happy with the way the defense came back and responded after what Clemson did to us the first couple series. I mean, they were running the ball, they're throwing the ball, making big plays. We've seemed to have settled down a little bit on defense, which we need to do throughout the second half, but we got to play hard. Our kids are trying really hard, working real hard. I'm really proud of them, and now we just got to go out and play a great second half. Finish the job is what it's all about. Finish.
All right, good luck second half. John Bunting, Steve.
Thank you very much, Mike Hogwood. Some Tar Heel fans making the trek down here. These two teams, as we said, won't meet for 2 years because of the ACC expansion. They'll be in 2 different divisions, and they'll rotate away from each other every so often. But these battles between the two have been very, very spirited. You know, 2 years ago down here, North Carolina came down and spanked Clemson. Clemson went to North Carolina and returned the favor. The visiting team, in fact, has won the last 3 times around that they've met. There's Durant's scorecard. He'll be ready to go back out here to start the second half as the Tar Heels won the opening toss and deferred their option to the second half. You saw the 2 interceptions after 137 straight passes without an interception for Darian Durant. That streak fell, but Charlie Whitehurst having a strong first half, at least initially. He got out of the gate pretty good, a 69-yard pass completion to Derek Hamilton for a touchdown. And there's his report card today, 11 of 21, 191 yards and 1 touchdown. Of course, he had 4 touchdowns 3 times in his career, one of them against these Tar Heels. Ready to go. Chad Dean getting ready to kick it off. And back to receive is Michael Waddell, and he'll be talked out of a return by Mike Mason, and the Tar Heels will come out 1st and 10.
Great bit of advice by Mason.
Save yourself. And there's the Tar Heels' first possessions. The first 3 weren't anything to talk about, but then they got the touchdown. The nice 21-yard strike to Bowman. Another deflected interception that stopped a drive deep. But their field position on the last 3 possessions was significant, as they started at midfield or in Clemson territory. Now they are on their own 20-yard line, and Darian Durant comes out again. Junior out of Florence, South Carolina, recruited heavily by both of these schools, and he chose North Carolina. Handoff now goes to McGill, the true freshman. He is tackled by John Leake for no gain. And this is what you feel, Doc, that North Carolina's got to do? They've got to control things like they did in the first half, tackle to tackle.
Well, they really do, because then their play action game sets up. And we saw Bobby Blizzard catch one earlier in the ball game. They have some exciting elements once they control the line of scrimmage. And if you're big and experienced up front, then you want it to pay dividends, and you got to earn that. And they did a pretty good job in the first half.
Clemson, in turn, did a pretty good job controlling Darian Durant. They held him to only 6 yards rushing on 4 carries in the first half. He came into this game as the Tar Heels' leading ground gainer. Durant, play fake. Here's the draw. And Durant's going to get twice that yardage here in the second half, as he gets about 6 or 7 yards out over the 25-yard line, a 7-yard gain. And there's Durant, 58 rushes on the season, 3 rushing touchdowns, and a very healthy near 4 yard per carry average. And he's somebody that John Lovett really wants to keep in the box today.
And I think you're going to see a little bit more of number 4 running the ball in the second half.
Empty backfield and 5 wide receivers. Jock Lewis is way up to the top side. On third down, the pass is complete to Blizzard, the tight end, and he has got the first down at the 31-yard line. Driven out of bounds by John Leak, but it's a 4-yard gain that keeps the chains moving for the Tar Heels.
Big play. Tight ends doing your job. Not frequency as much as is when it happens. Here's Leak. We love Leak. Heck of a linebacker. Good read. I thought he got a hand on the ball at the end, but Bobby held on.
We saw a complete reversal of these offenses in the second quarter. The Tar Heels got 169 yards in the second quarter after only 50 in the first quarter. Here's another play fake and a draw, and it's snuffed out by Clemson. Maurice Fountain, John Leak, Khalid Vaughn hold a meeting over Durant behind the line of scrimmage at the 28.
Donnell Washington again at the bottom of that. I mean, Clemson plays with such purpose on defense. You know, I think they want to be, they're noted as that. That's what their pedigree. We're defensive school. We're going to stop you first.
Third best in the ACC and 22nd in the country.
And they respond to that, and I like it.
I'm going to talk about Donnell Washington here in a minute. Out of the shotgun on 2nd and 12. Durant. 3-step drop over the middle. Pass complete. And the pass thrown to Adarius Bowman, who's become quite a weapon. He was a starter today. 21-yard gain takes them to midfield.
We talked about Clemson and their backs and blitz pickup, and now Carolina. Jock Lewis. Here's Jock right here, and I want you to watch this. Young running back. It's not all about the carries, but you got to get in there.
Oh, yeah.
And you see this now, boy. Richardson gets flipped. You know, and that opens up a path, throwing lane, throwing catch. Tar Heels moving the chains.
At midfield, 1st and 10, play action. Durant sets up, fires, and he's got his man, Mason, complete. And that pushes the ball down to the 34-yard line, a 16-yard gain on the hookup.
And that's too easy. Someone blew an assignment.
He looked like he was waiting for a bus. Hey, I got my token and let's go.
Hitchhiking. Bases, come on, man. He's really just developing. You talk about a freshman. You want to know the future of Carolina football. Look at how many young people are productive.
18th catch of the year for Mike Mason. 1st and 10, Tar Heels at the Clemson 34. They move quickly from their own 20. Handoff goes to Jock Lewis. No, that's McGill. I'm sorry, Ronnie McGill, true freshman. And he gets up over the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
Tough 5. It's the kind of 5 they have to get in order to win this ball game.
Travis Pugh on the stop.
Another hard-hitting slugger.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the secondary for the Tigers.
Those guys have been flying all over the place. Justin Miller, Jamal Fudge. This is the 8th play of the drive.
I don't even like to break them away from the linebackers. I don't even consider Clemson having DBs. They're all linebackers. Come up just playing space.
2nd and a long 5. Durant hands off McGill. Kicks his way off right tackle and is short of the first down by about a yard. But nonetheless, it's about a 4-yard gain. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, a man we just talked about, Travis Pugh, along with Fontrell Jameson.
I don't have the time to explain how important this is.
Oh,
you see Jeff Terry, just man on man, trying to get a push. You get a back, keeps his head square, and keeps going north-south. If you do this, you can win on any level. But this is a test of your manhood at this point.
3rd down and 1. North Carolina down by 2. Dunn in motion. Clemson may have jumped. Flag on the play. McGill's got the first down and more. McGill surging inside the 10 to the 6. Now there's a flag. Justin Miller on the stop. But I think this may be going against Clemson.
Ronnie McGill, pure beast. I mean, this kid's a freshman. Again, another freshman.
Clemson defensive ends might have it is against Clemson. It's offside.
Let's give the junior out of Florence, South Carolina.
Offside on the defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
Why not? 17-yard gain.
Hard count. See that hut, get him going.
Oh yeah.
See, that's experience. Now watch this, because this is what it's all about for a running back. Make the first guy miss, start shedding people, keep your feet moving, and have determination.
10th play of the drive, first and goal from the 7-yard line. North Carolina down by 2. Here's McGill again. McGill follows Lewis's block. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
Nasty.
Ronnie McGill running for the touchdown.
Man. Jason Brown, 72 center. They're having a house party now. You talk about walking the dog. Well, this is an example. Put him on the leash and take him anywhere you want to go. And this is what you're going to see. Here's this young freshman McGill. Little wall-off block. Tar Heels now feeling it.
Whoa, what a hit that was for the celebration.
Those guys get hit harder now after plays than they do during plays.
Dan Orner makes the kick. And the Tar Heels have the lead in this seesaw battle of Death Valley. A 7-yard run by Ronnie McGill. The block by Jacques Lewis. And it is touchdown Tar Heels up by 5. North Carolina retakes the lead 21-16 over the Clemson Tigers. A 10-play, 80-yard drive. Featured a lot of runs, but also 3 big classes along the way. One to Bowman, one to Blizzard, and one to Mason. And this is Justin Miller taking the kick of Topher Roberts 5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll not bring it out. 10 plays, 80 yards. McGill, 4 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He capped it with a 7-yard rush.
That makes the 6th time this season that Carolina has had a drive of 80 yards more. And so you can throw records in or out, but it just shows you what they're capable of if they play smart football. Now, Clemson has the exact same skill set. They can take it down to maybe in a different style, but they can do it.
And that different style you suggest is through the air.
Yeah, I think they have the long ball. They have the long ball.
Charlie Whitehurst, the pitch on first down goes to Dwayne Coleman, and Coleman cuts back inside and gets himself some nice running room, about 19 yards, in fact, out to the 39-yard line.
Coleman said, we're going to hit some doubles and triples as well. Oh, boy, up front. Ben Hall, tight end, nice block right at the point of attack. Jackson, the other lead back, he comes in for everybody on the edge getting their jobs done.
Coleman now with 82 yards on the day. Actually, a little bit more than that. Now 88. Closing in on the century mark. 1st and 10. Flat pass goes to Hamilton. Yep, Hamilton last week, or 2 weeks ago, threw out of that formation and threw a touchdown pass. Michael Harris on the tackle for the Tar Heels.
Curry is just limping.
Gain of 3 yards on the play.
First half possessions. Touchdowns on possessions 2 and 3, and then a field goal capped around 3 plays and out twice. That's when the Tar Heel defense dug in. A field goal, a 41-yarder by Aaron Hunt. 2nd down and 7. Out of the I formation, Coleman. Oh, straight ahead. There's been room there all day. And Coleman into Tar Heel territory at the 34-yard line.
Coleman dashing.
Good 20-yard gain on the play by Coleman. Brings him down at the 34.
Well, that was a family affair up front, because you can run your whole family through this hole. I mean, that's exactly what you want. Once again, there's my puppy, Cedric Johnson. I mean, he's everywhere where there's something good. You can believe that that left guard has got something to do with it.
Tar Heels changed their entire front 7 after that first down play. 1st and 10 now at the North Carolina 34-yard line. Out of the shotgun, inside handoff, Kyle Browning. And Browning pushes the pile ahead to the 31. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. Tommy Davis and Alden Blizzard making the tackle.
Yeah, I'd make some substitutions as well. Next time that group saw some playing time to be in practice. But you know what? You know, in all seriousness, when you block well, you execute, things can happen that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens the way you draw it up.
2nd down and 7 coming here from Clemson. Grant and Bayhammer split wide to the top side. Looking to the bottom is Whitehurst. Now back to the top he goes. He's got a man open. Coleman, and he grounded it with nobody there.
Yeah, a little short workhorse.
Wayne Coleman was a little bit deeper than the throw.
Love the play, man. I like the design. There's Johnson out there. Nice block in space. Yeah, he probably could have made. I think he's a little tired. I think all that running has caught up.
That's a tough
with the Wayne Coleman.
It's a tough throw for Whitehurst to make.
Yeah.
They're sprinting right. He's got a throwback left. Got to get a little help. 3rd down. Here's the pass. It is complete. No, it's dropped. Tony Elliott, the intended receiver. Real physical play from Chris Hawkins. Cedric Holt was the incumbent at that defensive back spot. He broke his ankle against NC State, and so it's been Chris Hawkins ever since. And Hawkins played well that time. He's had a couple of big plays today.
Yeah, Hawkins has shown his presence, but the rifleman put that right on the money.
Yeah, it did.
You couldn't ask for a better thrown ball than Charlie the rifleman Whitehurst just threw.
4th down and 7. Clemson shuns the punt. They're going to try to get it here. This is the 2nd time they've tried this afternoon. They're at the North Carolina 31. Whitehurst back to throw, going up top for Hamilton. He caught it! Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy. Brad Scott, Coach Bowden, I just love it. I love the way they approach offense. It's not reckless. It's planned because they have playmakers. If you have a guy, again, like Hamilton, give him a shot because he comes through 9 out of 10 times.
Doc, it looked like he was out there by himself. He had 2 white shirts around him, but he was the only one looking for the ball.
Playmaker.
30 yards on the play.
All over the field.
Hamilton over 100 yards. He's already got a touchdown this afternoon, and the Tigers are knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Jackson and Jasmine are the setbacks. Here's Whitehurst over the top of the pile. He's got it. Touchdown. Clemson.
Oh, I love this. They get up and down the floor today, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
You do Hornets basketball, so you're familiar with this. But you talk about getting up and down. This is what we're watching.
This is fast break football this afternoon. The Clemson Tigers back on top by 1. It's a last man standing concept. Tigers on for the point after. Aaron Hunt out of the hole of Cole Chasen for the point after. This is not automatic.
Yeah, there you go. Good point.
Seen him miss one early today. Snap. Good hold by Chasen, had to bring that thing down. But the play that set it all up, this 4th and 7 play. 4th and 7. Whitehurst, 30 yards downfield, where Derek Hamilton is always there. Clemson moves ahead of North Carolina 23-21. We've got a great ball game here. Charlie Whitehurst, his 3rd rushing touchdown, capped an 8-play, 80-yard drive. The big play in it, though, the 4th and 7 connection of 30 yards from the 31-yard line down to the 1 by Whitehurst to Derek Hamilton. Chad Dean is getting ready to kick it away. Mike Mason and Michael Waddell back deep for the Tar Heels. Citgo ACC game of the week. All of that and more. This is Waddell. And Waddell cuts up the right sideline, goes up to the 26-yard line. This has been a great rivalry between these two, and well, Mike Cogwood is standing by with our Alltel sideline connection with a player who played a key role when these two teams owned the league back in the late 70s and early 80s.
That's right, Steve. This is Perry Tuttle, who on the cover of Sports Illustrated the year they won the national championship, and today, sideline reporter for the Clemson Radio Network.
But I'd rather be out there. This is not me. I feel like I want to use Ebonics, but it won't work in this game.
Hey, what about that catch that was made right in front of us by Hamilton? Looked like you.
Well, I'm running scared most of the time, though.
Steve, we'll talk to him in a minute. Let's get this play in.
All right, 1st and 10. Durant's got him going, and here's the handoff. Goes to Chad Scott, the Kentucky transfer. Pushes upfield to the 31. Back to you, Mike.
Perry, I know a lot of ACC fans would like to know, what are you doing with your life these days? Where are you living?
Well, other than being a daddy and a husband, I live in Charlotte, having a great time. I don't know if anybody's having a better time than I am. There's a lot of work with this.
And come on, sidelines is great work. This is the place to be down here.
This is hard work. Now I understand why Magic Johnson has such a rough time with it.
All right.
I hate it.
All right, but boy, can he catch the football, Steve.
Chad Scott is close to a first down. Mike, you ought to tell him about all the perks. I mean, and he'll like that.
He gets to go out to dinner with us.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes on his own and not tip people. Clemson up by 2. Let's take a look at our Aaron scoreboard.
Oh, that was a low blow,
NC
man.
State.
Can't let you go at Hogwood like that.
Over Duke. Ohio State by 4 scores over Indiana. And Northwestern clings to their lead over Wisconsin. Was I too blunt?
Mike tips very well.
In which direction? Darian Durant. Oh! Out there for Mike Mason into double coverage. Incomplete. And he was flattened by Khalid Vaughn when he let it go.
A lot of respect there. You don't often see a werewolf like Vaughn to go and help an opposing quarterback get up, but you do if there's some respect. Personally, I'd let him lay on the ground, use all of his energy to get up on his own, but that's just me. Pass protection's there. I mean, you break around at the end. I'm happy to see Vaughn back. I love his game. Glad he's healthy.
Liston in the Virginia game. 2nd down and 10 for the Tar Heels. Quarterback draw, and this is Durant, and Durant picking up big yardage. He could go all the way. Durant in a foot race for the Clemson defenders. Touchdown, North Carolina. Oh, my goodness. 63 yards, Darian Durant.
I told you so.
Clemson kept him in a bottle all first half, but they can't hold him here.
Well, you can't hold him because that offensive line won't allow it. And Clemson's rugged. If you can pick up yards against the Tigers, then get on the phone and call your folks and tell them about it, because it's something special. But this young man didn't have a great first half, but didn't get down on himself, and as a result, the heels are moving.
And Dan Orner's on for the extra point. Follow hold of John Lafferty. The point is good. And the Tar Heels are up by 5. Watch this again. He stepped around Leroy Hill, and it was all she wrote. Gone to the races, 63 yards downfield. Tar Heels by 5. Back after this word from your local station. Today's game is brought to you in part by Hyundai. And here's how it happened again. Darian Durant.
Again, you get a fake, good call, get a wall-off block there, missed tackle, some help on the outside by the receivers. We talked about that all afternoon long. That time it was Holly.
And this is Hamilton. Derek Hamilton sees an opening. Look out. Only the kicker can stop him. Hamilton puts on a spurt. He could go all the way as well. Clemson strikes back.
Playmaker.
100 yards. Derek Hamilton at the edge of the end zone and takes Topher Roberts' kick all the way back for a score.
And no one here from the 85,000 in Death Valley is surprised.
No.
Because this is what he does. The question is, why do you kick to it?
One of the most dynamic return men in all of college football, Derek Hamilton. Sprints it home.
And we're talking about royalty here.
That's his first return this season for a touchdown. He's had others in his career. The kick by Hunt for point after is good. And the Clemson Tigers push out in front.
Key to it is weak effort right at the point of attack. You know, guys would look like they were stuck on Velcro. And you got to have your best effort going against Hamilton. And I've always said it, but if you play people in the return game that are special, you better get your starters to volunteer to go down and get it.
Now, football fans, good time to talk to you about our Bell South Kick for $1 Million contest. Register for your chance to win $1 million. One lucky fan will be given the opportunity to kick for $1 million during halftime of the 2004 Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl in Atlanta, January 2nd. Huge question is who's going to play there. Log on to jpsports.com to register and then start practicing your field goals. Bell South, listening, answering. These teams listening, answering the call. We wanted a great ball game. They're giving it to us. Clemson up 30-28 over the North Carolina Tar Heels on a dynamic 100-yard return of the kickoff by Derek Hamilton.
This is Dallas and San Antonio.
I'm telling you.
I mean, this is fantastic.
That is the 5th 100-yard play in Clemson football history. And it's turned in by Derek Hamilton. We haven't even talked about North Carolina's drive yet.
Oh, it was a great job. We're going to find out who has the strongest chin in this ball game.
And 3 of them were kickoff returns. Waddell says, what you can do, I might try. But nothing doing.
No, I don't know if he was down.
Well, he didn't go
Officials
down once.
They better make some. Yeah, okay.
David Dunham brought him down.
What's happening.
And let's look at this. This is the return. Coming right at you. Can you jump out of the sofa and make this tackle?
No.
I didn't think so.
Those guys are in shape. Anybody getting off a sofa is not going to be in any kind of condition to go get Hamilton.
And he turned it into another gear when he saw the kicker coming at him and said, I can't be taken down by the kicker.
That young man will spend a number of Sunday afternoons working for a living.
1st and 10, North Carolina. The last 2 plays have been touchdowns, or 2 of the last 3. 1 by each. Durant hands it off, and he is hit in the backfield. John Leak, Vontrell Jameson, Leroy Hill, all the usual suspects are back there to throw the ball carrier for a 5-yard loss.
Now somebody was shot out of a cannon again for the Tigers. I mean, at the point of attack, that was vicious. And I'll tell you what, it was Eric Coleman. Eric Coleman was rocking on that one. He hit Big Jason Brown. He rocked it. I'll tell you what points. You know what points do to defenders? Give them some points, man, they go berserk.
I'm telling you. 2nd down and 14, and now timeout taken by the Tar Heels. And that could be a costly timeout in a game as close as this. North Carolina to talk things over on 2nd down and 14. Durant heads to the sidelines. We still got plenty of football left here. We got a half a quarter to play and 1 more beyond that. Next week, we'll see these Tar Heels on Halloween weekend. A ghoulish appearance at Byrd Stadium against the Maryland Terrapins. And it should be a good one. 2 teams who've seen the high-powered offense of the Tar Heels. We're going to get our first look at the high-powered Maryland Terrapins. Darian Durant can get it done. He's shown us that ability. And don't forget the Maryland defense is a good unit as well. Jaworski, Pollock, and the whole bunch headed to College Park. And we'll be there to show you the North Carolina-Maryland game. It's Saturday, November 1st at high noon. Halloween weekend.
We know for sure that Coach Friesian will have the Turtles in a bad mood.
Well, it's key now. That is a big game for them because they've got 2 losses in the conference and they can't afford any more. Today's game is brought to you in part by GMC. Professional grade is what we're seeing this afternoon. A thrilling game between North Carolina and Clemson, and a long way to go. 2nd and 14. Darian Durant has time. Steps up. Fires a big one upfield for Bowman. Intercepted Justin Miller. Miller, big block on the corner. He's on his way. Miller at midfield. Miller passing white shirts down to the 30-yard line. There's a flag on the play, but the interception stands. And Clemson's defense turns this game around.
Bowman quit on the route. I love the call. by Bunny. Right in the heat of the battle, when everything's going against you, throw the bomb and shut him up. And that's exactly what he attempted. The receiver quit on the route. And then after that, it became a thugging.
Joseph Ryder coming back to make the
block in
ball.
the back, above the waist, turn to return. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, first down.
That's the third interception of the day thrown by Darian Durant.
Love the call, Steve. Love the call. Buddy, you go for it. Right in the face of adversity. But Durant had no idea his receiver would quit running. And at this point, the Tigers were yelling Oski, and they went after it.
I'm telling you, Justin Miller intercepted 8 balls a year ago. Hadn't gotten one this season. His first pick may turn this one around.
You got to play this game with a high level of enthusiasm, and that's what the Tigers represent as we speak.
Youngblood split wide to the top. Hamilton is in the slot to that side. Play action, and Whitehurst sprints left. Pass is complete, and it is going to be to Cliff Harrell. That's his first pass reception of the season for the 6', 260-pound sophomore from Tallahassee, Florida.
Well, once again, the Tar Heel defense is called upon to put out a fire. Tigers are right now right on the verge, of separation, if they can pull it off.
5-yard gain brings it second down and 5. Short 5 it will be too. Hand off, Coleman. And Coleman hit and stopped, and it's Isaiah Thomas, the first man through. Puff Thomas played himself a game today.
Oh, Puff had a little sap in his head, a little sap look at the end of that.
He did.
It's one thing to talk it, you got to back it up, and that's what he did. He had a little slant move on, and that Coleman does not want to go down. Tar Heels now, that front 7. This is not the front 7 that was taken out of the game. This is the front 7 is playing good football.
Nickel package on the field now for the Tar Heels defensively. It's third down and 7 for Clemson. Leading in this game 30-28. Picking off Darian Durant 3 times. They're trying to turn number 3 into a score. Whitehurst screen. Tries to send Coleman to the sidelines and does, but over his head. And out of bounds, and that brings up fourth down.
Dumas ate it up. He he had a feel for screen. And you can always tell the guys who watch film, and that time it paid off for the Tar Heels.
And our Aaron scoreboard, Duke, the Ted Roof era starting. It's a tough ball game up there in Durham today. Elsewhere around the country, Northwestern's added a score to their lead on Wisconsin. Nebraska breezing over Iowa State. Tough year for Joe Paterno. Mississippi State, on word that Jackie Sherrill will retire at the end of the season. They're winning by 10. Here's the kick by Cole Chasen. Brings him inside. Can they down it? No, I don't believe so. Or did they? No touchback call.
They did.
They got it at the 1. Now they're saying touchback.
Yeah, I thought that was a gimme. He got it.
39-yard punt.
But the effort is spectacular. That's how you want your kids to approach special teams. Realize that they can make a difference.
The kick was batted in the end zone by the kicking team. Therefore, it's a touchback.
So first and 10 at the 20 for North Carolina. So the interception didn't hurt them on the scoreboard. Might have taken them off schedule a little bit.
That's been the story of this game. If the Tigers don't win this ball game, then they have no reason to be angry at anyone because they've had opportunities and were not able to put the Tar Heels away.
Both of these teams scored the first time, 2 times that they touched the ball in the second half. Here's Chad Scott. Nothing going outside. He tries to get inside and claws his way back to the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard gain. The tackle by Leroy Hill and Travis Pugh. To the sidelines we go, and Mike Hogwood.
Chad Scott, who just carried that ball, is playing hurt right now in the second half, but you're not going to keep him out of the lineup. He strained a chest muscle. They actually had to take him to the locker room for x-rays. They're negative. He said, put me right back out there. He's hurting, but he's on the field.
It's that type of rivalry between these two schools. It's too bad they won't play for 2 years, but you say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Second down and 9. Scott, a lone setback. Durant with 4 wide receivers in formation, but it's Scott on the draw, and Scott has the first down, driven out of bounds by Ty Hill at the 34-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play.
Well, sometimes you can have the right defense call, but if you don't execute the defense call, then you negate your wisdom. Here you see Leroy Hill comes in, missed tackle, and of course, great block. Jason Brown had the Velcro that time on John Leak, so Leak couldn't get away. Good execution, good run, good results.
Brown, an all-ACC candidate at center. 1st and 10, handoff Scott. This is the Chad Scott drive, and Scott slices between 2 defenders for another first down out over the 46-yard line. 14 yards again for Scott, 27 over the last 2 carries.
Well, there's some clicking going on that with the offensive line. Seagraves, and flush hits. You can hear them. You can hear them upstairs and on both sides. That's why it's such a competitive ball game. Body shots.
There's Scott again. The North Carolina Tar Heels going to their ground game for 3 straight weeks. It's been good for over a buck and a half a week. Here's Ronnie McGill, and he is knocked down once by Leak, but then finally finished off.
Boy, John Leak was scraping his tail off on that play. They tried to get Jeb Terry around the block. You watch 45 here, set up your screen, try to get beyond the block, misses that, it gets out, and there's a factor. Of course, great run support by Ty Hill, because that's what the Tigers do in the secondary. They play like linebackers.
It's a 7-yard gain for the Tar Heels, and continue to carve up big chunks of real estate on the ground. Darian Durant. As McGill back deep, inside handoff. Oh, Jock Lewis torn apart by Vontrell Jameson. Oh, and David Dunham to help. What play.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm amazed that Lewis was able to keep his helmet on.
Jameson nearly should have been flagged for this. Decapitation. Oh, man.
Boom.
That's why you play the game, baby. That's why you play defense. Any defensive guy that doesn't want that, doesn't dream about that, doesn't anticipate that, should be on offense.
3rd down and a short 5, almost 4. Tar Heels down by 2. Minute left to go in the quarter. Durant to throw, pass complete to Blizzard, 1st down. When in need, go to the tight end, and he'll cash in for you. An 8-yard gain. Jamal Fudge on the tackle.
Magnum cum laude. Again.
Blizzard's had a tough season, Doc. He had a viral infection that kept him out of the first 3 games.
But you know what? When you need him, a big play, he comes through. And we talked about Hamlet, good young prospect. Don Dunn is also there. Both teams blessed with good tight ends.
1st and 10. North Carolina at the 40-yard line of Clemson. Here's Scott, and he runs head on to John Leak. Leroy Hill is there to help out, but Leak made the primary hit on the play. There's no gain.
Function at the junction.
Or malfunction.
Oh, malfunction, yeah. Well, not malfunction for Hill and Leak.
No.
It's a pride thing, man. Nobody runs right up the gut on you. That's what the good football teams, you got to say to yourself. You're in my house running right down my living room. And sooner or later, you got to stand up and stop it.
Last play of the quarter. And Durant may just let the clock run out and the 3rd quarter come to an end. But what a quarter it was. We've had touchdowns all over the place.
The best. This has been the best quarter.
The intensity is there. There's Hamilton with a big catch to set up a score. Durant's run 63 yards for 1. There's more to come in the 4th quarter from Clemson. We are back at Clemson. Clemson and North Carolina renewing their rivalry. And welcome back. Our Citgo ACC game of the week. 4th quarter underway. Darian Durant under pressure, and he throws it away, intended for Chad Scott.
Boy, he had numbers, too.
That's intended for Chad Scott. Incomplete.
Here's a look at the stats through 3 quarters presented by Yamaha. Tar Heels with 251 rushing yards. That's high for the season for them. And Clemson with 183. They're getting it done in the air.
No slouches.
Time of possession.
No question.
Yeah. And then, of course, you got to figure in the 100-yard kickoff return by Derek Hamilton. That's the last challenge that's been thrown up on the board by Clemson. It's 3rd down and 10. North Carolina at the Clemson 40-yard line.
Red dog.
Grant to throw. They picked it up. He throws. It is complete. Chad Scott there. There's a flag thrown into boot. Khalid Vaughn making the tackle. It's an 11-yard gain, but we'll wait for the penalty flag to be assessed. Joe Ryder making the call.
Illegal touching on the offense. Receiver voluntarily went out of bounds. Returned, was first to touch the ball. Lost it down. 4th down.
It makes it an incompleted pass. We've had that happen at both ends of the field. Wayne Coleman happened to him in the first half for Clemson.
Just not good timing. I mean, if you're the Tar Heels, you're fighting for your life here on the road in Death Valley, and you got a shot to pull this off. And you can't have that happen.
Well, Tommy Bowden had it, and the line judge had it as well. So David Wooldridge here to kick. And he's going to kick this one into the end zone. He has one speed, and it's locked on long. A 40-yard kick will come back out to the 20. He says, "Oh, shucks." He hadn't hit one under 50 yards yet.
That's like me, you know, at the tee box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, everything be hitting long.
Hitting it long. I got you. The question is, it's long, but is it in the right direction?
Well, that's the question. Very question. Since we have no film, I will say yes.
Okay. Charlie Whitehurst back on the field. 30-28. Steve Martin, Doc Walker, Mike Hogwood here at Death Valley. Glad you've joined us on a beautiful day for football. Temperature around 70 degrees. Doesn't get any better than this. And we've seen a great game between these two Warriors. 1st and 10 from the 20. That's Curry in motion. Rambling to that side as Whitehurst sets up, fires, pass complete to Curry. In Tar Heel territory and finally pulled down by Michael Waddell at the 42-yard line. A 37-yard hookup.
And again, Curry's hurt. Boy, Dwayne Coleman, running back, right to your right. You see, I mean, the effort is there. And if you fight long enough, that time he's able to keep Blizzard off just enough to allow his quarterback time to get the ball downfield. Once again, running back, blocker.
1st and 10 from the North Carolina 42. Whitehurst in the no-huddle offense. They don't hurry to the line. They wait for the defense to make their move, and then they call their play. Inside handoff goes to Jasmine. And Jasmine is brought down. DJ Walker is there for the tackle along with Tommy Davis. And let's go to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Well, Doc has mentioned that Reese Curry playing hurt, not nearly at full speed. He made that catch a moment ago. He's got a new tape job on his right ankle. He came off between series. I mean, he was really in pain. They just put more tape on it, and he said, "Put me back out there. This game's too good."
He started the game with a size 9 shoe. It's now size 12. 2nd down and 8. Charlie Whitehurst. And now he has to call time. Maybe North Carolina gave him something he didn't like looking at out there. Clemson takes time out. They've got 2 left here in this 4th quarter. It is Clemson 30, North Carolina 28. We'll be back. We are back here at Clemson. 2nd down now, coming up in 9 for the Tigers. Spend one of their 3 timeouts. Both teams armed with 2. They put together 880 yards of total offense today combined. Nearly intercepted. That's Larry Edwards, a true freshman outside linebacker who has led the Tar Heels in tackles the last 3 games.
Larry was featured in the open today, and Mike Hogwood talked about him. If this kid, if he makes this grab, the whole country's talking about it. That was close.
Oh, boy.
Boy, Dumas there. Boy, that would have been, wow.
3rd down and 8 now for Clemson. Danger of seeing their drive dry up here at the North Carolina 41-yard line.
It only takes them one play. You know it hurts you, Steve. One play.
They got the playmaker in the game. Whitehurst hit. I mean, hit by Justice, but a flag thrown, and he might have gotten a piece of the face mask.
Boy, Dexter Reed. This sonic missile. Great timing on the blitz.
Oh, boy.
But again, Carolina pops their own toe off. Boy, the timing is everything on this.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask on the defense. 15 yards, previous spot, automatic first down.
It wasn't Justice. It was, as Doc said, it was Dexter Reed. And Reed had way too much of the face mask. That's why Charlie Whitehurst went down in a heap.
Yep. Inadvertent. That was not his intentions.
However, it was marked off like a major.
Well, again, I would disagree with that. Just came in high.
And it's going to push Clemson down to the North Carolina 25-yard line. So a huge penalty keeps the Tigers alive and in good shape. Pitch goes to Coleman. Coleman hurdles tackle and is brought down by Malin Curry at the 22-yard line. Be a gain on the play. A body yard.
Get up, workhorse. Oh, Dwayne, workhorse. I like this kid. Plays it hard. Again, you got bodies flying all over. Taking a hit in the back on this one.
2nd down and 7, and Doc, he's got over 100 for the day, about 109.
He's earned it all.
Let's hope
he's not hurt. I think the back, lower back.
Jasmine's in his place at tail right now. He'll take the delay handoff. Heads to the sideline, heads to the 10, 5, touchdown Clemson.
I think he stepped out.
They're going to mark him out. You're right. They're going to mark him out at the 7, maybe the 8-yard line.
Nasty run, though. He stepped out.
Ruled out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
You know, the one thing about it, Steve-O, when Chad squares his shoulders up, that's 230 going downhill.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Graduate student from Bashford, Louisiana. Let's see where he steps out. Right there.
Good cameraman, good work. Now here he's dishing it out. See, he's brutalizing people. Now at that point, you don't want to be that defensive back. You don't want to be Lionel Green.
13-yard gain by Jasmine, 1st and goal, Clemson. They're at the 9-yard line. Hand off Jasmine again. And Jasmine rides off one tackle, but Malon Curry brings him down at the 5-yard line. Malon Curry, actually. Sophomore from Marietta, Georgia, converted running back to a defensive back.
Yeah, Malon made very nice tackle. Came into the ball game. 2nd league tackle for the Tar Heels. Jasmine, I mean, this ground attack, both teams have run the ball and with great purpose.
7th play of the drive. 2nd down and goal. They're at the 5-yard line of North Carolina. Knocking on the door in the red zone, the Clemson Tigers. Hand off Jasmine.
Yeah. In the backfield.
This play's going to die.
Here's the flag on the play.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense. 5 yards, 2nd down.
Dead ball foul. ACC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks. Pleased to have you along here on this beautiful sunny day for football. And, the game has been every bit as good as the weather. 11:24 and counting here in the 4th quarter. It's 2nd down and goal. Temperature around 70 degrees. They say that's all going to change overnight, but we'll take it while we got it. Charlie Whitehurst has the Tigers to the line. 2nd down and goal at the 10.
You mean it's going to get warmer?
No. Whitehurst steps up. Steps out of the pocket. Has a man out there. His tight end almost intercepted and knocked away. Defended by Michael Waddell. Ben Hall was out there. But so was Waddell to knock the ball away. Chris Hawkins in the area as well.
When Ben indicated he was open, the ball needed to be in the air.
Right.
If it wasn't, then it's too late. Then it's a bad decision. Should have been picked off. And it would have been just like for Durant when he had his win in the brain lock. When he came down to the red zone. Don't give up points in the red zone. Throw it to the tuba or let it go.
.59 left to go here. Now it's going to be 3rd down and goal.
And please refrain from using any whistles in the stands.
Now they are making an announcement to the fans to refrain from using whistles, and they respond by whistling en masse.
He does not have kids. You don't.
Yeah.
They do what you ask them not to do.
Third down and goal. Here's the pass to tight end again, though. And there's a lot of pushing and pulling and fabric being torn by both Ben Hall and Larry Edwards.
Yeah, stop running.
As intended for Derek Hamilton or Ben Hall, incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
Oh, I love his fire. Bob is so competitive. He's coaching. He's still dealing with a sophomore, and he's coaching him right now. Talk about coaching him up. That's what he's doing. And no better time to do it. Two guys, same area.
Wow. Hamilton was almost there. He had two guys open, and neither one could come up with it. Hamilton did his best to rescue the play. 27-yard field goal attempt by Aaron Hunt. He's hit a 41-yarder today. And it is good.
Slice that, too.
And the Clemson Tigers push ahead by 5, 33-28. Plenty of time left here at Death Valley in our Citgo ACC Game of the Week. Welcome back. Charlie Whitehurst pushed his team downfield, and Aaron Hunt kicked the field goal. 9 plays, 70 yards. The key play, a face mask penalty on the Tar Heels that kept Clemson alive. This kick will go out of bounds and set North Carolina up.
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team.
And this will give them excellent field position as they'll move it out to the 35-yard line. Time for the Progress Energy Progress Report. And we've seen some interesting things. North Carolina with a season-high 250 yards rushing. And how about Derek Hamilton? 102 in the air, 102 in return yardage, including a 100-yard kickoff return.
I doubt if many of us have daydreamed that kind of success.
Oh, boy.
I mean, this guy is strictly playmaker.
His team leads Clemson over North Carolina by 5, but Darian Durant's had some tricks up his sleeve this afternoon. He's rolling out of the grasp of DeLon Colt. Toward the sideline, lets it go. That play blown up at the start by big number 97. Wow.
How does he get away from him? I mean, that's the part that I don't understand.
How do you get away from a running refrigerator?
Right. I mean, breathing down his neck, and he doesn't even pick up his speed. Somehow he knows when to get rid of it.
Graduate student out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. Chasing a quarterback who plays for his home state. That comes from Florence, South Carolina. 7 carries, 74 yards, including a 63-yarder in the third quarter for a touchdown. Durant back to throw. Polk rushing again. This time the pass complete on the screen to Scott. And Scott gains officially about 5 yards, maybe 7 on the play.
I watched Durant his first NCAA action against Oklahoma. And you could tell early on that the kid had some gifts.
Boy, Polk right in his face again.
Once again, Leak. He's probably been on 90% of the plays you called all day. Leak has been somewhere around it, Hill or Leak.
Third down and 4 for the Tar Heels, trailing by 5. Little over 10 minutes to play. See what they've done on third down. They've been pretty good. Durant thrust out of the pocket. He'll run. Durant up in and before he got first down yardage, and the tackle made by Lionel Richardson. Richardson playing in place of the injured Eric Sampson at that right outside linebacker spot.
They're going to give it up, and that's a big play. The secondary did an outstanding job for the Tigers simply by taking away his options. And of course, nobody comes up and hits better than the Clemson Tigers. I mean, they just do it with great consistency.
Fourth down coming now for the Tar Heels. They'll send the punting unit on. David Wooldridge. We've got a stoppage here. Clemson trying to send the drink patrol on here.
I don't know what's better, go for it or kick it to the playmaker.
I know. You got Hamilton back there and
pick your poison.
Wooldridge has gotten some major air underneath some punts here. This one's going to be a line shot and a returnable kick. Hamilton Gets a block at the point, and then runs out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Now coming into the 2001 game 2 years ago against North Carolina, Tiger offense had tallied over 500 yards in the 2 previous games. Well, that streak would come to an end as Julius Peppers and company held Woody Dantzler, who's here today, to just 127 yards, and it was Darian Durant who became the star of the game. Even though he shared time with Ronald Curry, Durant was a perfect 11 of 11 with almost 100 yards passing and 1 touchdown. He'll need to do it here in the fourth quarter because his team trails by 5, and Charlie Whitehurst is back out on the field with the Clemson Tiger offense. These teams nearing 1,000 yards in total offense combined this afternoon. It's been fun. Whitehurst throws, pass complete. It's to Youngblood. I believe that's the first pass connection with Youngblood this afternoon. That's his 8th, or that's an 8-yard gain.
He opened up with a nice little out. But you're right, they've had him under wraps.
Yeah.
But they have so many options. We talked about Elliott,
Curry, and Hamilton's an option.
Collins. It's Grant.
Second down, now 1. Clemson hasn't faced 2nd and 1 very often. Neither team has had 2nd and short too often today. Handoff, Dwayne Coleman. It's back to about the 30-yard line. It's going to be very close to a first down. They may have to make a measure. While they make that decision, I want to remind you that ACC football is brought to you in part by Chevy Trucks. They and Jefferson Pilot are bringing you quite a ball game here this afternoon. Clemson and North Carolina going at it, 33-28 the score. Clemson 2 for 10 in third down conversions. This would be third and a yard or less. Jasmine is the up back in the I formation. He gets the call. He gets the first down. Larry Edwards hangs on for the ride, but not before the big 225-pound fullback turned tailback. Chad Jasmine has the first down.
Some way that number 10 just doesn't fit that body. When you see a guy like that, you expect to see 36 on him.
Yeah.
He's a good one, though. Keeps the shoulder square. Of course, that offensive line, great push. Tigers, I think they're starting to sense it.
Well, there's Jasmine's yardage on the day. Very good report card for him. Here's Dwayne Coleman probing the right side of his offensive line for an opening, and there is none there. Alden Blizzard, redshirt freshman out of Laurel, Maryland, makes the stop.
You know, Blizzard has had some big plays for the Tar Heels. He's a guy who has a unique ability to get play tackles for losses. And that's how you define yourself, separate yourself in the ACC, getting over enemy territory.
Second down. Whitehurst steps up to the ball. He'll get right up there. He'll get right under center. Look like he's going to snap it, and then he steps away. One of the things he talked about yesterday is I've got a better handle on where the play clock is. Here's the pass. It is complete. And that is Youngblood again, and it is very close to a first down out over the 43-yard line. He's going to be marked shy of it by about a half yard. 9-yard gain by Youngblood on his third catch of the day.
6'5", 215, comes out of the break, ball's on the way. Virtually impossible to stop unless you gamble. And the moment you gamble against the Tigers, they go out and up.
Third down and 1. Big play in this game for Clemson, trying to keep it alive. And Whitehurst, with a quarterback keeper, has the first down for the Clemson Tigers. Elsewhere, NC State putting some distance between themselves and Duke. Ohio State has beaten Indiana. On our Aaron scoreboard, it is Northwestern upsetting Wisconsin. Wisconsin falls for the second week in a row. Nebraska up big in the fourth. And Iowa also with a sizable lead in the fourth quarter. Kentucky's come back to lead Mississippi State with 14 unanswered points. And Georgia struggling with UAB at home. Back to throw, Charlie Whitehurst. Upfield, pass complete to Bayham.
Pass complete to number 18, Curtis Bayham.
Curtis Bayham with the reception. Now on carry with the tackle, and it's a 19-yard pickup, and Clemson pushes the chains into Tar Heel territory.
And Blizzard was motoring. Number 41 in white was within a grasp of Whitehurst, but it wasn't enough. Again, And these receivers come out of the woodwork for the Tigers.
First down. Here comes the pitch. It goes to Jasmine. Jasmine hits the corner. Upended there by Carey. Flattened by Dexter Reed. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the play. So Chad Jasmine has a very solid day going for him.
Yeah, and Cliff Harrell, fullback. You know, part of that partnership plan. You get 5 yards in the ACC. It's a partnership plan. You got to have people that are helping out. It's a tough, reluctant way to go. And both sides have shown they can do it.
Whitehurst on the day, 309 yards and a touchdown. Back to throw, lifts one up there, wants Elliott. Elliott with the catch, but we've got a flag down. No, wait, it's picked off. It's picked off by Waddell. And let's see what the flag is. There was pushing and shoving and interference against the Tar Heels.
Coach Bowser telling these guys, get the huddle, let me coach. You play. Elliott, nice little move at the top. Whitehurst puts some air under it. There's a lot of bumping and grinding. I always believe you got it. The defense has just as much right to the ball when the ball's in the air. It's not a rite of passage that the ball's in the air is automatically to the offensive guy. That's the point where I like to let him play. You know, let him play.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards, automatic, first down.
Big break for Clemson. They had help on a penalty last time they scored. This one sets them up inside the 15-yard line at the 13. A 15-yard penalty for pass interference against Michael Waddell and the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, what did he do wrong? Protecting himself. I mean,
protecting from a score.
He's trying to get the ball.
9th play of the drive. Handoff. That is Jasmine straight ahead to the 10, maybe down to the 8. Gain of 5 on the play.
But the moment the play is over, you have to forget about it. You have to move forward.
Hamilton occupies the slot at the hash mark for the wide side of the field.
Linebacker on the playmaker.
They do. And they get Jeff Longheen.
Going to bring up 2 or 3 people.
They get some help now. Jasmine straight ahead down to the 7. Gain of a yard, maybe 2. Tommy Davis makes the stop with the Tar Heels with 4:25 left to play. Clock running. Clemson trying to eat enough time, get a touchdown, and force North Carolina. They have not much time left to get 2 scores. Youngblood split wide to the top. Hamilton wide to the bottom. Jasmine, the fullback in the eye. 3rd down and about 3. Clemson up by 5, 33-28. Handoff, Jasmine. And Jasmine hit by Carey. Flattened by Edwards. And not much gain on the play, maybe a yard. And that brings the field goal unit on. With 3:40 left to go. Aaron Hunt has hit 2 today, one of 41, the other of 27th.
Gut check for Carolina.
Yeah.
And they passed the test with flying colors. They're beaten by a flag, and they don't give up the score. You know, you give your offense a chance. That's all you can ask for.
This will be a 24-yard kick out of the hold of Cole Chasen. Aaron Hunt came into this game at 6 of 11. It's now 8 of 13. 2 nails today, although he did miss a point after touchdown. Good. It gives the Clemson Tigers an 8-point lead. It's down. The kick is up, and it is good. The Tigers are 8 up. 1 score if it's a 2-point conversion away from the Tar Heels with 3:10 left to play in the 4th quarter. Clemson 36, North Carolina 28. Clemson 36, North Carolina 28. 3:10 left to go. Scoring drive, 12 plays, 72 yards, ate up 6 minutes or half a quarter. Hunt with his second field goal. He's got 6 for 6 in his last 2 games. And again, the key play was a penalty against North Carolina that kept Clemson alive. Waddell will bring this out of the end zone. Waddell with a wall. Waddell looking to pick up some more blockers as he hesitates, but got it out.
Waddell better had made that work.
I'm telling you.
Coach Bunning would have gone nuts.
Steven Jackson on the tackle, but it's a good 34, 35-yard return because he caught that one 3 yards deep in the end zone.
Oh, you accept it. I guarantee you at the time of that was not what the gentleman to the right of us and upstairs wanted.
No.
In this coaching box. You better believe that.
Now the Tar Heels come out with 3 minutes and 1 second left. They're down by 8. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion gets it done. Darian Durant has thrown 3 interceptions on the day. The pass is complete to Jaworski Pollock. Pollock picks up some yardage out over the 37-yard line. Jamal Fudge on the tackle. It's a pickup of 7 on the play.
Good execution. Again, good flow to the ball by the Tigers. We say that he gives them the best chance to win is with Durant the ball. Not every interception was a blunder. You get a couple of tips.
Second down. Durant back to throw. This one's open in the flats to Chad Scott. And Scott aims for the first down marker and maybe just has it. That stops the clock as he got out of bounds with 2:28 left to play. Tar Heels have 2 timeouts remaining. It's a 5-yard gain. And given the spot, it should push the chains.
Still go down for the Tar Heels as a game self-inflicted.
2 big penalties, Doc. Yeah. Last 2 times that they had the ball. One deprived them of minutes. The other deprived them of 3 points off the scoreboard.
They're good enough to match up and play. Yeah, they can show you that. They can play ball. But they've got to play smart ball in order to overcompensate some of the youth.
First and 10. From the 39. Pass complete. This time to Scott again. Scott with running room in Clemson territory. At the 47-yard line. Hugh on the tackle. It'll be a gain of about 13. Stops the clock again with 2:20 as they reset the chains.
Got about 5 Tiger helmets on the ground.
That's all over the place.
Check the chin straps.
5 Tiger helmets and no penalties. That means there's some hitting out there.
Oh, yeah.
First and 10. Clemson in their 3-man rush. Now they add a 4th. Durant pass incomplete. Pollock there.
That
had all kinds
interesting.
They had all kinds of stuff going that time. They had a twist on in the defensive line and a blitz. Brought a linebacker in. Doc, we have had 978 yards of total offense this afternoon.
Might get over a grand.
Yep. Oh, easy.
The way the Heels look right now.
Second down and 10. The next 10 yards are what they're concerned about. The pass complete to Mason. We got a flag on the play. At the point that he made the reception at the 38 or 37.5-yard line. Mason making the catch. Justin Miller made the push out of bounds. And let's see what the tackle is going to be, or what the flag is going to be about. Another one against the Tar Heels.
I've never seen 3.
3 of these where the receiver voluntarily went out.
Receiver voluntarily went out of bounds and then caught a ball on the offense. Loss of down. 3rd down.
So it counts really as an incompleted forward pass. Let's see if we can see it here. He was walking the tightrope. But that is the call du jour. 3rd down and 10.
Okay.
Clemson showing blitz. Now they bring it. Tar Heels pick it up. Durant pass complete to Pollock at the 42-yard line. And it is going to be about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
It's just refreshing from my vantage point to watch a defense not be in 3 men. I mean, the Tigers are bringing it.
They are. Timeout on the field. We'll be back right after this. it's all right here. 4th down and 4 for the North Carolina Tar Heels. They trail by 8. They need 4 yards of real estate to keep any possible dreams of a win alive.
Blizzard and weak.
Durant off to run. He's got the first down. He may have more. And he's down to the 20-yard line.
What a stud.
That stops the clock with 1:39 left to go. Ty Hill makes the tackle. It's a 22-yard gain by Darian Durant.
It's just taking matters in your own hands. Give Clemson, I give them a ton of credit. They're stay creative on defense. And this kid just takes a wallop, keeps on moving downfield, fighting for his team.
He's got good size, 5'11", 217, so he's a package to bring down.
Yeah, but his heart is bigger than that 217.
He's got that. 1st and 10, clock moving again. 90 seconds left to play. Leroy Hill trotted off with an injury. The throw, Durant, pass complete to his tight end Blizzard, short of the first down and in the field of play, so the clock keeps running. He's at the 14-yard line.
Blizzard hurt, gutting it out.
Tar Heels have 1 timeout left, and they're going to treat it very, very gingerly. 1:06 left to play. Durant, back to throw. Stops, waits, plenty of time. Now will try to run it out of there. Has the field to his advantage. Big block on the corner. Here he comes at the 5. And he's in.
He's in there.
Is he in for a score?
They're calling it a fumble.
They're calling it a fumble. If they are, Clemson may have picked it up. Let's see where it goes.
Oh, I sure hope John Leak is down. I sure hope he's not hurt.
Clemson says they've got it. Durant. Clemson got it. Man, he fumbled so close to the plane. The question is, Doc, did that ball come loose before he broke the plane of the end zone? Did it come loose before his knee touched the ground?
Steve, you're right.
2 key questions for Darian Durant on that play, and John Bunning would like to know the answer.
It's a Herculean effort. I just cannot believe that a kid has to deal with this following that kind of effort. That's the unfortunate part.
Oh, boy.
Nobody ever said it was fair.
He almost got it done, though.
His effort is one of just value as far as I'm concerned.
Didn't see who recovered the ball in the end zone. Let's see if we see it now.
Well, that's why you want all hats to the ball, offensively and defensively. Boy, look at that C-grade block at the bottom. Ah! And, of course, it's going to be a crackback on John Leak. Looks like Scott. Somebody gets a bolo block. And then here's the effort. No, Steve, he was not down.
He was not down.
And the ball did not break the plane.
And that is a good call.
The Stripers made a great call.
Yep.
And they called a hell of a game.
They sure did.
It's a lot of calls.
Watch this again. Okay, he's out of his possession, and his knee was not down. That is an excellent call.
That's excellent.
And let's see if we see who picked up the ball for Clemson. Give them proper credit here.
Fudge with the knockout, knocked it out going after it.
And David Dunham with the recovery.
Yeah, and that's just great hustle, man.
I'm telling you.
Everybody had a chance to get by the ball.
And what great camera work.
Oh, beautiful work.
The Citgo ACC Game of the Week has been brought to you by your neighborhood Citgo, by Advance Auto Parts, by BB&T, and by Geico Direct.
Our Napa Auto Care Center players of the game. That man right there, he hurts inside, but he did a heck of a job here. Darian Durant with the Tar Heels, 19 of 31. Clemson now will just down the football. Tar Heels have no timeouts remaining. And, of course, the player of the game for the Clemson Tigers, Derek Hamilton. Hamilton with 204 yards total offense on the day. John Bunning takes the field. The clock will run down. It cannot be stopped by the Tar Heels, who are out of timeouts. He and Tommy Bowden will meet at midfield. And what a battle here today between Clemson and North Carolina.
Well, he's going after someone.
He's talking to the officials right now. He's trying to draw at him on that call at the end of the game. But our videotape shows that it was a pretty good call. That's the final. The Clemson Tigers beat the North Carolina Tar Heels 36-28 to up their record to 5-3. Back after this word from your local station.